All right. Excuse me. What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Oh my gosh, we got the typical Nintendo sales clickbait drama to go over. Like always, I mean, it's not gonna end until like I said, this time next year. It's not gonna stop. These people they're not gonna stop it. They're not gonna stop until like a new Mario or Zelda game is out, or like the next gen Pokemon or something, or whatever, right? Like it's just gonna keep going. So we're gonna talk about that, and other things as well. Shout outs to Justin with the $3 donut with the first Ninja Blood.
Mario Tennis Fever looks great. I'm not a fan of how they are doing Joy-Con colors this time around, and Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is awesome.
Yes, I agree on all of that. Those are all things that I agree on. Mario Tennis Fever, I need to watch. I'm gonna watch the full thing. I've watched a lot of it, but I haven't seen everything. So I'm gonna watch that with you guys today again. I agree, Justin, with the Joy-Con colors. Not a huge fan of the Joy-Con colors, you know, just relegating it to like the inside ring and the strip. I mean, I'm not big on buying a bunch of Joy-Con colors anyway. I didn't rush out and buy every single Joy-Con color. You know, Nintendo sent me a lot of the Joy-Cons that I have. Nintendo just sent me them. Or like, I did buy the Skyward Sword ones. I did buy those ones, but outside of that, I didn't really buy a lot of Joy. So even when they were nice, like I didn't buy a lot of Joy-Con colors. I like Pro controllers a bit more, like special edition Pro controllers. I'm more of a fan of that. But yeah, I'm definitely not a huge fan of it. But it's like, all right, I can save myself $100, I guess, right? Put that towards something else. So yeah, but I mean, I don't know, even if it was green and purple, I'm not sure if I'd buy a green and purple, even if it was all over the Joy-Con. Like, I don't think I'd buy that, like light purple and light green. I mean, that's not even something that I think that I would buy, you know? So for me, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to be something that they do for like the whole gen. Like, I would guess that they're going to do some actual like real colors down the line, but we'll see. You know, like we're still somewhat early in the life of the system, so we'll see how they do it for like the duration. But yeah, I agree with everything that you said there for the most part. So yeah, let's get to more of the shout outs though. We got to get to more of the shout outs and everything. And then we'll go from there. Shout outs to my man Dior. He was here first, like always. Party Man Cartwheel, what's good, baby? Welcome, Party Man. David V, what's up, David V? Welcome. Shout outs, dude. Shout outs. Dane Gonzalez, what's up, Dane? Welcome. General Zamora, what's good? Captain Kingston, what's good? George FT, what's good? Huddy, what is up? Elias, what is up? Just another artist says, see Chris C Team Dring back at it. Yeah, back at it again. Yeah, like I said, I think with Christopher Drink, like I said, I think he rushes to get stuff out. I think he puts a little bit of data and stuff into it, but clearly, I don't think he cares if all the data is there or not. He'll just go off of like a thing, right? Like something. So I don't think he even had all the December data. I know Circana, Matt Piscatella said that, hey, he's just got prelim data, not even that. So Christopher Drink, I think, even admitted on Twitter that he didn't have all the data. He's just going off of what we know or what's been announced and then maybe some of his sources. But I don't think he even had all the data for December and all that. But it's still worth talking about today. Because I do think that it definitely, in terms of some places, didn't do as well. But like I said, I don't care if it doesn't do as well as Switch One. That's never been something that I care about. All I care about is that it does good, and it did good. That's all I care about. So yeah. Shout outs, man.
Mario Tennis Fever looks really hype for me. So far it is fixing most, if not all, my problems of Mario Tennis Aces.
Yeah.
I also love the fact that they are going the Kirby Air Riders route of releasing a more complete game and
Yes.
not announcing DLC yet.
That was
fun.
That was something that I felt was really important that they did it. And no, I don't watch Nintendine's videos. He's a grifter. So I don't watch his videos. So you don't gotta at me any of Nintendine's videos. This dude's been saying Switch 2 hasn't been selling since the beginning. He said it wasn't selling when it was like I said. So you don't have to at me at his videos, guys. Like, and like I said, I don't bring him up. Y'all bring him up, but you don't have to at his videos at me. Like I said, I've been covering Switch 2. I've been covering Nintendo sales for a decade plus, way longer than anybody else that's talking about them right now. In terms of the grifter type people. So I don't need his analysis when his analysis is bad. Like, he said nobody's buying it and it sold 10 million plus, and he said nobody's buying the system at all And then he also said that Nintendo's forcing retailers to buy units, which is also a lie. So I don't listen to liars, guys. I don't listen to liars and stuff like that. So yeah. So there's no point in at me or anything at anybody else's videos. I'll discuss sales news and information here on my channel. I'll go over my analysis and I'll go over the sources that I have. I don't need anybody else's videos or sources, especially people that said that the system wasn't selling and then it sold 10 million and then made an hour and a half long damage control videos on how the system sold 10 million, you know? So yeah, you don't need to at me on any of that, guys. I don't need anybody else's videos. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. I trust in my own sources and I trust in the actual data that comes out factually from, like, you know, Media Create, or sorry, my bad, Famitsu and all that, which we're going to go over today as well. So yeah, I don't need anybody else's data or any other YouTuber. Definitely not a YouTuber. I mean, I'll go over Christopher Drink stuff, but I sure as heck ain't going over YouTubers, you know, what they got to say. No offense, man, but YouTubers used to be reliable. YouTubers used to be like, okay, you can kind of feel what YouTubers are saying, you know? Shout outs to Party Man. Thank you for the 5. But at this point, there's too much grifting and there's too much lying and there's too much manipulating for money on Twitter. So, or sorry, on YouTube. So you can't trust what just random YouTubers are saying, especially ones that haven't been covering Switch 2 sales or Nintendo sales for a long time. So nah, we can't trust that. Says the way the economy is right now, it makes sense. November, December was crazy, just people losing their jobs. Yeah, I finished the Dragon Quest 7 demo last night. Very nice glow up. I played the game on 3DS, definitely home with Switch 2. Very performative on the presentation. Yeah, I played Dragon Quest last night for about a good 2 hours, and it's very good. I think I like it. I'm kind of liking it more. It was my video, not his video. Not his PlayerEssence. Okay, your video. No, I didn't see your video, Retro Fusion, but yeah, my bad, brother. I thought you were talking about his vid. Yeah, I don't need to see anybody else's vids on anything. In terms of your video, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see your video. If you can tag me again, I'll probably check it out tonight, bro. Shout outs to Party Man. Thank you for the 5, brother. Also, big love to Roger E. Thank you for the 11 months of membership. Appreciate that, fam. Let's see. What matters is Nintendo hitting their forecast. I mean, that matters too, but Nintendo can just revise their forecast. I mean, if they don't hit their forecast, if they think they're not going to hit it, they can just be like, all right, well, we think we're going to sell 17 million now. I mean, they've revised their forecast up and down in the past, even with Switch 1. So we'll see if they revise it. We'll see if they do. They might not, but they could revise it down to, like, let's just say like 17 million or 18 million. Then it's like, okay, they revised it. But yeah, definitely. That's why I said this year, it's got to be a big year, because I think that they got to be like, if they want to do like year on year, like better, which I don't think it'd be that hard to be better year on year, especially for November and December, if they have a big 3D Mario and if they have Pokemon. If they have big 3D Mario in October and Pokemon in November, it's going to be very easy to be year on year way better than last year. So yeah. What's up, Nick93? What's up, Roger? Thank you, man. What's up, Westside OM? What's up, Chrono Rig? What's up, Akami? What's up, Leaf Storm? Can you mute in the chat places it gets blocked? People type it. Nah, I ain't gonna mute his name or nothing like that. I don't got nothing personally against him or nothing. Like I said, I want to make sure I make that clear, guys. Like, I don't got nothing personally against him. I think he's a liar and a YouTube crook, but outside of that, and like a fraud, but outside of that, I don't think he's like he's obviously not like a bad, like, I don't think he's a bad person IRL, so I ain't gonna mute his whole name. Like, I don't think it's that bad. He's not like the devil or nothing, you know? Like, he's not like the devil or anything. Like, I ain't gonna mute anybody's name. Like, if people want to bring up something, they can bring it up, you know? It ain't that big of a deal, and he's not that big. He's not that big of a deal, and it's not that big of a deal. Because I don't think my name is muted anywhere in a lot of these people's places, so I ain't gonna do all that. But like I said, I don't think he's, I don't think he's like evil or anything like that. Like, I just think he's just looking to make money off YouTube. That's all. And he has a personal vendetta or something like that. He's just weird, you know. I just think he's weird. So yeah. Let's see here. What was your thought before the Nintendo? What was my thought before the rant? Oh, was it a rant? I was just saying I don't need you guys to link me videos. What was my thought? What, on Mario Tennis, or what was my thought on what? Let's see, guys. Stop mentioning grifters. They don't give them exposure. Yeah, this article basically going over the cart before the horse. We don't have December numbers yet. Let's hold off on the doom trolling. Yeah, exactly. That's why I said question mark in my title. I put a question mark because Christopher Drink doesn't have all the numbers. He has some of them, and he has some for some areas. He admitted to not having the Japanese numbers, and he didn't get the numbers from Circana. So, I mean, maybe he paid for them, but if Matt Piscatella doesn't have the December numbers, Christopher Drink does not have the December numbers. He doesn't have them. He doesn't have all of them everywhere. So I think it's, once again, he's just trying to get ahead of it. I mean, he has his own business now. He runs his own website. He needs clickbait. He needs people to click on things. Nintendo sales is always a big clickbait topic, especially if it's a negative thing. If you can put a negative spin on it, it's always a big clickbait thing. He did the same thing at the beginning of the Switch 2 launch. Like 2 weeks in, there was a third-party audit, apparently. You know, third-party games aren't selling. Like, it's doing terrible. Like, 2 weeks in, not even... Bro, people are still picking up the system. 2 weeks in, we got a third-party audit on sales. So these are things that he's going to do from time to time when he can, you know, to get clicks on his website. Because, once again, he did move away from the from GameIndustry.biz and start his own website. So when you start your own website, you need clickbait. You need stuff for people to subscribe and people to get onto your platform. So that's really what's going on right now. And that's why he was willing to probably not have all the full numbers before he went live with the story. However, some of the stuff that he says in there is definitely correct when it comes to some of the lower sales, like for November at least, stuff that we know for sure. That's correct, but obviously he didn't have everything, you know. Response to Mario Tennis Dono, but I recall it's all good. Okay, yeah, the Mario Tennis Dono. Yeah, it was a good idea that they actually didn't announce DLC and all that, because then people think that they're like holding out on us. So it was good that they didn't do that. I said that in my video today too. What's up, Jason Wade? How about Super Mario Maker 3 instead of 3D Mario? No, that sounds like a really bad idea, because 3D Mario legitimately sells 4 to 5 times more than Super Mario Maker. Super Mario Maker is not a system seller like 3D Mario. 3D Mario is a much bigger system seller. So if you're Nintendo, why would you make Mario Maker 3 instead? And on top of that, Mario Maker and 3D Mario is not even made by the same team. I think 2D Marios, Mario Makers, those are made by like a sub team within Nintendo. It's not everybody. 3D Mario has way more hands on deck. So yeah, that makes no sense, Emerson. That's a bad idea. Hey, what's up, Yak Diesel? Welcome. After looking at Mario Tennis roster, I'm not sure who I'll play this time. I usually rock with Daisy, but with the roster, I want to go with the character totally outside my norm. Maybe Shy Guy. Maybe you have multiple different characters that you can use. You don't got to really stick it to just one character. Or maybe you wait till you see the stats. You know, like once you see all the stats, once you see what people got, you know, once you see it, you kind of like feel it out. You know, you kind of see which one's best for you. That might be it. It's funny that Nintendo gets pointed out when it's not Nintendo problem that the hardware sales are lower in 2025. Yeah, I mean, once again, it's easy to just point out Nintendo, because Nintendo stuff gets way more clicks than everything else. I mean, people didn't point out, obviously they didn't point out PlayStation, you know, when it comes to, like, at least here in the US, people didn't even mention that. Obviously down year on year, and also I think in the UK as well, down year on year, but it did good in terms of Europe. It overall did good. Like, there's no point in saying, oh, it was bad or this. It was fine. It was fine. Switch 2 was fine. PlayStation 5 was fine. The only thing that wasn't fine was portable PCs and Xbox Series. Those were the two systems that weren't fine. Those sold like complete trash. Outside of that, everything else, like, there's only 2 other systems, which would be Nintendo Switch 2 and PlayStation 5. Oh, also, I guess you can include Nintendo Switch 1. But I mean, if you add in Switch 1, Nintendo did okay in the holiday. It was pretty good. It was not bad. It was okay. It was good. If you include Switch 1 sales. So really the only systems that did bad were portable PCs and Xbox Series in terms of the main systems or main things people buy. Now PC, I don't know about PC. We don't get PC numbers, so it's hard to say like what rigs people were buying. You know, I don't know. People buy graphics cards, right? People do all sorts of stuff, so that's hard to say. But when it comes to console sales, at least, or anything that is reminiscent of a console, really PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 2, and Nintendo Switch 1 were like the systems that did good to okay for the Switch 1. Xbox Series sold terrible. Portable PCs sold trash. Sold absolute garbage. There's zero indication that portable PCs are doing well at this point, especially with those prices. So yeah. Might be one of the few Nintendo fans who don't care about Mario games. You might be. Um, oh my gosh, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance trailer. Okay, we'll react to that trailer. We'll react to it and we'll put it up on the channel. Maybe tomorrow. PlayerEssence reacts tomorrow morning. All right, we'll do that. Finally, Path of Radiance. Is it what, next week? Is it next week? Is it the 16th or something? Or is it the 17th? When is it? Or is it like the 15th? Well, actually, don't tell me. We'll watch the trailer. We need both new Mario Maker and 3D Mario. I would like to see Mario Maker that includes 3D Mario World Builder mode. Yeah, that's too much work, Flydius. I mean, that's when you start stretching yourself thin when you start doing that. Because in order to make a 3D Mario game, it's far more in-depth and more stressful than a 2D Mario game. So I don't think they can do both. I mean, we might get a 3D Mario Maker, but I highly doubt it. So I don't think we need Mario Maker. And I think you guys don't understand that Mario Maker is not a big seller. Like, it's not a massive system mover seller or anything. It's just not. New Super Mario Bros. U absolutely obliterated it in sales. Like, legitimately, that game obliterated it in sales. Like, bodied it in sales. And even the Wii U version sold better than I think Mario Maker 1 and Mario Maker 2. Now, not combined, but I'm almost positive the Wii U version of the Wii U version of New Super Mario Bros. U did better than both Mario Makers. Now, if you're talking about 2D Mario, like, you know, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe or Super Mario Bros. Wonder, both of those games absolutely destroyed Mario Maker. So I don't think they're going to be in a rush to make Mario Maker before we even have a brand new 2D Mario game outside of Wonder, or even a brand new 3D Mario game. Now, after those, after we get out a brand new 2D Mario game, like another one, and after a brand new 3D Mario, okay, then maybe you explore Mario Maker. But right now, guys, Mario Maker, I don't think it's a priority. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Maybe they make a Mario Maker 3. They could. I could be completely wrong that they do, because maybe they're just going to roll it Wonder for a bit longer, and then maybe make a Mario Maker 3 instead. But that's going to be 2D. I don't think they're going to make a 3D Mario Maker while they have a brand new big 3D Mario game on the deck, you know? So, so yeah.
I'm just glad they finally ditched the clown car for Bowser Jr. That was so overdone.
Was it?
Also, have you noticed almost more times than not Nintendo announces something on Thursdays like NSO games?
Yeah, they do. They do announce a lot of stuff on Thursdays. Shoutouts to Justin. Thank you for another $3 dono. Appreciate that. Getting us to 6 on the board. Beating out Party Man for the Hulk Hogan. Anybody does 6 or more, you can beat out my man Justin on the board. And we're only, what are we? We only 2 combos away from a 15-minute extension. Let's go. So shoutouts. And Party Man. Anybody who does 5 or more, you can type or beat out Party Man on the board. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance just added to the music. So did they do a trailer for the NSO, or was that just music? Did they do the trailer for NSO? You didn't miss the tennis talk. Hey, what's up? I would think Switch 2 is over 60 million minimum by now. I don't think there's any way it sold less July, September, during October, December. Yeah, I think it's around, I'm tracking it around 15.5 to 17 million. Somewhere in that range, Juice Music. So I think it had a pretty good first 6 months. If I'm not correct, that's the best first 6 months ever. 6 months and a half, or however long you want to say, almost 7 months. So I'm tracking it at about 15.5 to 17 million, but we'll get our actual number in February. So like I said, make your videos now. Make your sales videos now while you can, because February we'll get the actual numbers. So you'll have to figure out a way to tell us that, you know, 16 million units is bad in 6 months, you know, or something like that. So you'll have to figure out, they'll have to damage control in that type of way. Shout outs to Wound Up Penguin. Thank you for the 64 months of tuned into your pledge. I appreciate that. Now people can stop selling GameCube version of Fire Emblem for $200. The funniest thing is that I had a few copies of that, and I sold 1 copy for $200 plus, like last year. So yeah. Because when they announced it, I was like, okay, yeah, let me just sell 1 copy. But I had 3. I had 1 gifted to me. I bought 1 some other time, and then I got 1 in a random GameCube buy that I did. Like, I think I bought a bunch of games from MVG, and he threw in a Path. You know, I think I bought it for like 150. He threw in a Path of Radiance in there, and I got like 20 or 30 games from him. So it was in there too. So I had 3 copies of the game. But I had 1 really, really nice. I had 2 really nice mint copies, and I just sold 1 of those. So. Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna go down in price or value because of that NSL. So let me just get rid of it now. So yeah. No, I'm not excited for the Xbox Developer Direct, but I am looking forward to seeing more footage on Fable. I think that's gonna be cool. Switch 2 is probably at around 18 million after the holidays. I mean, its numbers shipped, so I mean, yeah, I mean it could be, around 18 million. But I mean, that would be on the high end if it was around 18 million. Wound up penguins here, so that's JCat. JCat, what do you think? I know you look at the sales trackers and you're much more knowledgeable than 99% of YouTubers. So what do you think? Where do you think it's at this point based on what you've seen? Let's see. They kind of did a 2D version of 3D World with the last Mario Maker. I think they kept it that way because it's much better. Anybody can create those levels. Yeah, I think so too. What's Nintendo's goal for the fiscal year? Nintendo's goal is 19 million. 19 million. So if they're at 17, 15, or 16 to 17 million, they would need just about 2.5 to 3 million to hit their goal. Shout outs to Gaming Mariner with the $10 dono. Says, sup OJ, I was really looking forward to getting Dragon Quest 7 physically until I discovered that it was a game key card. Square Enix could have easily put the full game on these cartridges. They could have. They definitely could have. And I don't think there's an upgrade from the Switch 1. I'm still going to get it on Switch 2 because it is a bang up job. Don't love game key card situation. Don't like the fact that there's no upgrade. But I'm going to buy it on Switch 2 just because I played it last night and it's incredible. It's a really good game. I think it's too early, but I think I like it more than Trails in the Sky. It is too early, but I'm really liking this. As for like a AA RPG, I'm really liking what they're doing here. I'm really liking it. And like Switch, I was playing it in my boy's room, like when he was watching Coco Melon. I was playing it on my TV here last night. I mean, I like the versatility, so I need the versatility of Switch 2 more so than I need it to be on I don't want it on a Blu-ray disc. I think having it on Switch 2 for me is better. So yeah, that's my thought process. But I feel you on that one, Gaming Manor. But I need to get it on Switch 2 because of the type of game that it is. So yeah. What about the Game Freak's new game? Aren't you a huge Game Freak fan? No, I'm not a huge Game Freak fan. All Game Freak makes is Pokemon. So I'm not a huge fan of Game Freak the studio. No, I like Pokemon, but I'm not a huge fan of Game Freak themselves. What do? They only make Pokemon. All their other games, I don't even really like that much. And I've played a lot of their other games. They're not even that great. I played Tembo. I played Pulse Man. I played all their other games. I played Harmonite. None of their other stuff is even that great. I just like Pokemon. That's it. So no, I'm not a fan of Game Freak. We'll see. We don't know who else is making that game, Beast of Reincarnation, and it's a Souls game. I'm not a huge fan of Souls games either. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I like it or not. Once the game comes out, I'll check it out. People gigging mad on Twitter. Charles Beyond Horizon is going to have a 16 to 17-year-old confess her love to an MC who's 24 to 25. Holy, and this type of stuff is stupid, in my opinion. One, it's a video game. Two, it's a fantasy thing. Three, people need to stop conforming their own norms for other people, like to other people. Okay, people need to stop thinking that just because you think it's bad or you think it's wrong for a 16 and a 24-year-old to be together, which in some places it is illegal, but in every places it's not. In Canada, it's legal. In Japan, it's legal. In a lot of parts of Europe, it's legal. In Africa, a lot of parts of Africa, it's legal. A lot of parts in America, it's legal. It's legal. So lots of parts of it's legal. 16 is age of consent. So I think we need to now listen. Where I live, I don't believe in it because it's 18 years old where I'm at. So California, but it's a video game. It's not California. It's not Texas. It's not a state. It's a video game. It's not real. It's a video game. And in video games and in fantasy lands, they have their own rules for what would be acceptable or not. So people are being stupid. It's dumb. People are being really silly. Because like I said, in many states, 16 is completely fine. You can be 16 and you can be with who you want to be with. So yeah, and in other countries, that's how it is in other countries. I'm not here to police other countries and how they do things. And it's a video game in a fantasy land. In a fantasy land, that might be fine for them in the fantasy land. So
I don't believe this 100%, but yeah. I'm really enjoying Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, and I think it's because it reminds me of the Super Mario RPG remake.
Yes.
I don't 100% believe that, but yeah.
Yes.
Can I get the Mario RPG battle theme?
Yes, I think that's why I like it more. Because it reminds me of Super Mario RPG. I wish it did have some of the defensive and like where you have to press the button to, get a little bit of extra defense or a little bit of pop in your hit. I wish it had that. But outside of that, it feels very much like it in some sense. Yeah, it feels great to play. And I like the fact that the scale is smaller. To me, an RPG with that type of, like the panoramic, you know, smaller scale in bite-sized little chunks, and you can play it in that type of way with quick, snappy menus. I like that a lot more. And the text, I don't know what the difference between the text in Trails in the Sky and the text in this game, but this text is nowhere near as annoying as Trails in the Sky, like the blobs of text that you get. I don't know if it's the way that it's laid out or the way that it works, but it just feels a lot faster and more fun for me. So yeah. Shout out to the Portis Sicilian. He dropped the $2 dono, but I don't know what he said. Okay. He said something that I can't repeat. Thank you for the $2 dono. Yeah, Dior. Yeah, no politics stuff. No politics stuff, please. 28 on the combo board. Thank you, Deported, with the 2. Thank you, Justin, with the 3. Let's see here. The MC in Trails and Daybreak doesn't even reciprocate the romance. He only sees her as a friend, and he has to protect, so people are getting mad for him. That's what I'm saying. But even if he did, it's once again, it might be not good in your state, but they're not in California. California, it's 18. But I can tell you something right now, man. Like, in other places, it's not. It's 16. Like, so, or in other places in different countries, it's different ages. And I'm not here to police people's laws on that type of stuff. Like, that's silly, guys. Like, it's dumb. Like, I get it if the main character was like, I don't know, like 12 or 11, then okay. Like, I get that. Like, that's illegal, like, everywhere pretty much, right? But 16, no. And once again, it's a video game, and like I said, 16 is something to where lots of places that's fine. So yeah, it is what it is, man. So let's see here. Do you like Dragon Quest 7 demo much more than Dragon Quest 1 2 remake? Yes, I'm liking it more than Dragon Quest 1 and 2. From what the little that I've played, I'm liking it. It's hooking me more. Yeah, the diorama style looks really good. It looks really good. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome. Dragon Quest is cool. Download the demo, Mr. Davis. Download the demo. It's really cool. Dragon Quest 11 was awesome, but I'm looking forward to 7. To be honest, man, I don't know what it is. There's just, like I said, there's something like about that Super Mario RPG style, like that doll style, because Super Mario RPG was kind of like that too, where they kind of do like 3D, like doll-looking graphics. I don't know. And I didn't think I liked doll graphics, but I think I like like, you know, the panorama doll-ish type of graphics that like Super Mario RPG did and like Dragon Quest does. I think that was a really good idea for the graphical style, because Dragon Quest 7 that's not how it was originally. It looked just like a, you know, like a sprite-based RPG. Like, it just, I mean, the old art style of it is nowhere near as appealing. Like, and I think even like Dragon Quest 7, like even on the PS1 or the 3D or the 3DS, I don't think it's anywhere near as appealing as the Super Nintendo Super Mario RPG. So I think it's that unique art style that you don't see a lot, and that like I said, like the diorama, like where you have like the walls that you can see and like you can kind of rotate, and you're like inside of like a little like book, like a pop-up book or something, right? I think that works really well for these type of AA RPGs. It feels great, you know? And like I said, it reminds me of Super Mario RPG, which is good. That game's goated. Super Mario RPG Remake is freaking goated. I don't care what anybody says. That game is incredible, you know? So yeah. Link's Awakening, yeah. Link's Awakening, although, for me, I wasn't as big on Link's Awakening. I didn't like that game as much as I like probably this game, Dragon Quest, and Super Mario RPG. But that's maybe because I don't like the old Zelda style like that more than like an RPG game. So I think it's really just that. Not that it's not as good, you know? Let's see. Your flight says it's 16 in my state. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. Yeah, like, I don't agree with it either. Like, I don't agree with... In my state, it's 18, so obviously I don't agree with it. But it's a video game, and once again, it might be different in their land. It's okay. In certain places here, like, I'm not going to go to Alabama or Louisiana or wherever, right? That where 16 is like okay, and be like, hey, like, I'm not gonna be doing all that. That's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, that's what they have there. That's what it is. That's what they've done. And if they change it someday. But that's what it is. And once again, it's a video game. It's a fantasy land, and it's not, like I said, it's not anything super. Like I said, that's not would be here, like in the U.S. at least, right? That we haven't seen in some places, or in other places, like in parts of Europe or in Japan. So, I mean, what can you do? I'm not going to get all psycho about it over it. It's not even worth getting upset about. Like, you know, it's not worth getting upset about. It's not worth it. So, I see. Also, don't forget there are major novels and films about all kinds of stuff that's coming out all the time, winning major awards and accolades. Yeah. For the next few months, we're eating well. Dragon Quest 7 remake, Dragon Quest, or Final Fantasy 7 remake, Dragon Quest 7, Ys 10. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. Love Dragon Quest 7 demo. Can't wait for the full release. Wish I had waited because I didn't want to stop playing. Yeah, I saw you playing last night, Beat Queen. I saw you playing. I was playing too. I saw you playing, and I was like, Beat Queen. I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to interrupt you. I wanted to.
Dang, I just finished the demo. It now shot up to one of my most anticipated games now.
Yeah.
Lol. Also, I agree with liking diorama style. It's kinda relaxing in a weird way.
No, it's not even weird. That it's I don't know, it might be scientifically proven that diorama brings out a joyful nature in people. Pop-up, because it reminds you of a pop-up book. Who here read pop-up books when they were young and didn't think pop-up books were the most coolest thing ever? I mean, it reminds you of like a pop-up book, right? Like a little pop-up book, and like you have the little things and you can move them around, or you read, like it's inviting. It's just, there's an appealing style to it, you know? There's a very appealing and welcoming style to a diorama, to a pop-up book, to stuff like that. So to me, I don't think it's even, I think they knew what they were doing. I think they saw the reception that Final Fantasy or that Super Mario RPG got. And I think they were already creating this game even before that. But I think that when they were thinking about a style to do, I think it became clear to them what the style should be, you know? So yeah, Fantasian has a style like that as well. Yeah, Fantasian also has that. That's a very appealing game too. So yeah. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance was just added to NSO. I'm hyped. Yes, I'm going to play that as well. It's looking good. Shout outs to Justin. Thank you for the $3 dono. That gets us to 30 on the combo board. Go, guys. This week is going to be awesome. But yeah, Beepkin, I was going to finish the thought with Beepkin, I was going to invite you to a game chat session, but it was super early in the morning and I didn't want to bother you, so I didn't do it. And we didn't talk about it beforehand, but I wanted to talk to you about it last night. That's how hyped I was, because I was playing and I was so close to inviting you to a game chat session, but we didn't speak about it beforehand. I didn't want to make it weird because it was really early in the morning. So yeah, really late at night, early in the morning. So I just didn't do it, but yeah, I wanted to because I saw you playing and I wanted to talk about it just a little bit. But yeah, it's all good. Shout outs. So OJ, what about those sales numbers? What about them? What about the sales numbers? What do you want to talk about? We already went over it, but what do you want to talk about? Let's see here. Switch 2 being slow for the holidays more because everything is going to hell right now rather than Switch 2 not being desirable. Yeah, it still sold pretty good over the holiday. If you look at the Japanese sales numbers, those were incredible over the holiday. We don't have all the December sales numbers. Christopher Drink doesn't have that, which he admitted that he doesn't have everything, but it was a little bit slower. Like in France, it was like 30%. And I think it was like, we don't have the full numbers for the US, but it was definitely a bit slower than it was for Switch 1. So yeah, seems like you were right. It's okay. You didn't finish your thought. Go ahead. Finish your thought. Where's Waldo when pop-up books were the only literature I consumed until the age of 23? Nice. You must have had a fantastic one about the long term, just not the immediate success. How are you right about the long term success after 6 months? That makes no sense. I don't think you're right. You're not right until we get to the long term. And if you're right in a year or 2 years or 3 years, then you can say that you're right. But there were people that were saying the same thing that you were saying at this time with the Switch 1, and they're saying, "Oh, I'm right because it didn't sell as much as the PS4." Or it didn't do as good as this. People said the same thing that you said with the Switch 1. So no, I don't think you're right until you're actually right. I'm right about the system being a very good seller at the start. That's what I'm right about. I'm tracking sales around 15.5 to 17 million units. That's still the fastest selling and best selling system in the first 6 months ever by any system. So you're not right yet. You got to be right once you actually see the long term. It's not long term. We're 6 months in. So you're not right yet. Let's see here. I know Nintendo Switch 2 is a separate camera, but the Switch 2 handheld portable mode had built-in camera. Maybe Nintendo didn't add no camera because it would have made too expensive. I think like another camera would have made it a bit more expensive. So yeah. And at Switch 1, 10 months by December 31st sold 14. Yeah. So Switch 1 in 10 months by December 31st sold 14.86 million. Switch 2 in 7 months same as December 31st, probably sold around 15 to 17 million units with a 35% drop in the US for November to December. I don't get the, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It still outsold the Switch 1, and it was on the market for less than the Switch 1. And on top of that, once again, it's still, Switch 1 had a brand new 3D Zelda, brand new 3D Mario as well. And the Switch 2 did not have a brand new 3D Mario or a brand new 3D Zelda. They're probably going to get a brand new Mario this year. And they're probably going to get a brand new Pokemon, Gen 10 Pokemon this year as well. So I see sales being up year on year for November and December this upcoming year if they launch back to back with 3D Mario and Pokemon.
I'm so lucky that I never played Fire Emblem on GameCube. Now I got something new to play.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought everyone reporting on these lower numbers, including your friends like Spawnwave, Dreamcast, were grifters. I never said Spawncast and Dreamcast Sky were grifters, so no, I never said that. So no, you made that up. You have anything factually that I said about it? Go ahead. Matt Piscatel posted on Blue Sky that numbers haven't even been published yet. Yeah, that's what I said. We don't have all the December numbers yet. Christopher Dring jumped the gun a little bit for clickbait. We don't have the full December numbers yet. But like I said, Nintendo's going to announce the numbers in February. So Nintendo's going to announce the numbers in February. So when we get the numbers in February, and when I'm right, I hope you'll admit that I'm right, Rule of Three, because I said it's going to be 15 to 17 million, and that's where it sold. It sold around 15 to 17 million units in the first 6-7 months. That's what I said it was going to sell, and that's what they're going to announce in February. So yeah. I said people that were lying about the Switch 2 sales. So for example, people that were saying that it's not selling and then it sold 10 million, those people are grifters. You know the difference, right? So if you say this system's not selling, nobody's buying this system, nobody's buying it, and then it sells 10 million units, that would be a grifter. You are a grifter if you do that. Not if you say, oh, well, it had a little bit of a slower holiday based off of what we know. That's not grifting. What's grifting is saying that nobody's buying the system and then it sells 15 to 17 million units. That's grifting. That would be a grifter. Yeah. I said it would sell well. You were right about that. Again, it's about media. It's not about immediate success. Yeah, and like I said, we'll see how it sells once the new 3D Mario and once Pokemon and once all the bigger games come out as well. Because it sold more than the Switch 1, and that had Legend of Zelda, and that had 3D Mario, and that was on sale for 10 months. And it outsold it in the first 7 months to 10 months. Switch 2 outsold the Switch 1 from what we know. It did better than the Switch 1. And once again, that had a brand new Legend of Zelda game, all-time great, and an all-time great Mario game. Switch 2 hasn't gotten a 3D Zelda or a 3D Mario. So I don't think you believe that games sell systems. I think you just believe that systems just sell for whatever reason. I think that's what you believe, which there are people who have that thought process. Shout outs to Jay Will. Thank you for that. But my thought process is games sell systems. So when bigger games come out, more systems will sell. But I think you just think systems just sell based off of, I don't know, hope and dreams, or just based off of anything. I'm not sure what you think sells systems. I don't know what your logic is outside of you watch grifter videos. So yeah. Let's see. Those bigger games outside of Pokemon also came out on Wii U. No, that's not true. We haven't gotten a big new 3D Zelda. We haven't gotten a big new 3D Mario. We haven't gotten a big new Gen 10 Pokemon. We haven't gotten a big new Mario Party. We haven't gotten a big new 2D Mario game. We haven't gotten a big new, what's it called? Animal Crossing game. We haven't gotten a big new Splatoon game. So we still need some of the biggest system drivers that sold the Switch 1. We still need those on Switch 2. So no, that's false. And then if you're talking about those bigger games came out on for the Wii U, they did it. We did not get a brand new big concept in terms of a Mario game. Super Mario 3D World, that was an extension of 3D Land. We did not get a Fire Emblem game. We did not get a brand new Animal Crossing game. We did not get a lot of those games. And a brand new 3D Zelda didn't come out until all the way at the end. It was a dual launch with the Nintendo Switch 1. So like I said, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, Rule of Three. But I appreciate you coming through. It's good to have a difference of opinion, but you don't know more than me. Trust me, I know the Wii U in and out. You were in grades. I think you said you were like in what, 9th grade or something like that. You were like a kid, right, when the Wii U was out. So you don't remember all this. Trust me. The Wii U did not get brand new big Animal Crossing. It did not get a brand new big Pokemon. You said that. It did not get a big 3D Zelda until the very end, and it was already over. The system had already flopped. It didn't get all that. It didn't get a Fire Emblem game. It didn't get stuff like Pokopia. It didn't get a large majority. It didn't get a game like Donkey Kong Bonanza. It did not get a 3D Donkey Kong game. It got a 2D Donkey Kong game. Didn't get a 3D one. So no, that's not true. So yeah. Good evening, LJ. How's your holiday? My holiday was good. Switch One had the biggest system seller ever in the first year in Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 2, biggest system seller. There you go. People like Destin said that there are other sources for US sales for data consoles. I cannot figure out where besides Circana. There are not other sources outside of people just telling you, him just using inside sources. Like the same sources that I might have, retailer sources, just trying to piece together things. But Christopher Drink admitted that he doesn't have all the sales data. Yeah, so he admitted that. I told PS Gamers Sony released more controller variants in 2025 than they did release first-party exclusives, and they weren't happy about me saying that. Of course they weren't. Let's see here. Switch One, the bigger systems sell off a mix of games and luck of current time. Switch 2 is already failing in terms of luck due to how expensive everything is. Failing in terms of luck due to... Yeah, but once again, that's now. We need to see. We don't know how it's going to be 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now. You're very reactionary, and you do things based off of what happened yesterday. I look at things from projection over the course of a generation because I'm older than you, I'm more knowledgeable than you, and I've studied these generations, and I've covered these generations for a decade plus. So I know that generations aren't built off of what's happening just this year. It's built off of years of games coming out. So yeah, I think what you're just saying, like I said, you just watch Grifter videos. But once again, it's nice to have a difference of opinion, but your opinion is incorrect. Games sell off of how the games are the biggest driver for anything, and how a system sells over the course of time is going to be based off of games. It's not luck. Nintendo's name is also Leave Luck to Heaven. They're based off of actually doing things when it comes to the games. So there's no excuses when it comes down to that type of stuff. You put out the big games, people will buy the system. So that's kind of how it works. It's not based off of luck or just random things like that. No. So it's based off of actually putting in work and actually getting the games out and good marketing and things like that. That's how it's based off of, not just random luck. You make matters worse. The Wii U didn't even get their first party game until Pikmin 3 months after launch. Yeah, the Wii U had so many big droughts. I mean, the Wii U's not even in the same class as the Nintendo Switch 2. It's not even close. The Nintendo Switch 2's already outsold the Wii U completely, so there's no need to even put those two in the same sentence, to be honest. Can you play Mario Tennis Aces theme when you get a chance? Of course I can. Mario Tennis Aces theme. There we go. Shout outs to Party Man. Thank you for the 5, brother. 30 minutes on the extension too, guys. Next one up is in about 12 combos. We'll have a 45-minute extension. Let's go. Paul Gill also has insider sources and they gave him 15 million sold by December 5th. So yeah, lots of insider sources. Then Nintendo will tell the facts in February. Yeah, so once February rolls around and I'm right about that, I mean, once again, it's fine. But let the grifters say what they gotta say. Like I said, to me, grifter is somebody, this is the definition of a grifter. If you're saying that the Switch 2 wasn't selling before September 30, before we got those sales numbers, the end of September, you're a grifter. That is a grifter. Because you had no sales numbers, yet you were saying that it wasn't selling, and it sold 10 million plus. So that's what I mean by grifter. I don't mean anybody that just covers sales numbers overall. I'm talking about people who were literally saying that nobody's buying the system, and then it literally outsold the Switch 1 in the first year, the first 10 months compared to the first 6-7 months, 6-7. And then people that were saying that it wasn't selling, you know, that it wasn't selling before we got the 10 million units. Those are grifters. Anybody that did that is a grifter, yes. And there's nothing, I mean, I think that's pretty clear that anybody that said that is a grifter, right? Like, I don't think, or they're a liar. I mean, I think that's more accurate, that they lie. How about that? I mean, which one would you want me to say? Would you say liar instead? Because why would you say that it's not selling, then it sells 10 million? What is the excuse? Can anybody give me rule of 3? Can you give me a justification for saying that the system's not selling, then it sells 10 million? What's the justification for that? What's the excuse for that? What are you defending that for? You know? Context people, I ran the numbers reference Switch 1 2017 sales calculated correct percentage out of Japan, and Switch 2 should be at minimum 15 as December 31st. Show them the chart I made, OJ. We'll check it out for sure. I saw that. What's your favorite Fire Emblem game? Awakening. I think some Nintendo haters are just jealous when some hardware successes can't handle why the haters are salty. Line about Switch 2 not selling well, haters gonna hate. I think that there's definitely an aspect of people that are just hating, and also, once again, you can make money off of doing that. So if you're wrong, it doesn't matter. I mean, nobody takes you seriously anyway. So I think that's what some people are doing. Yeah, like they don't have to hold themselves to a higher standard because their standard is trash tier in the first place. So I think that's kind of what's going on right there. They don't care if they're wrong. They'll just make another clickbait video later. They'll just lie, or they'll just manipulate, or they'll just say something else. Now, people that actually have some actual real, you know, honor to themselves, or people that actually have some real, you know, like they want to be right or they want to be honest about things, they're not going to do stuff like that. They're not going to say nobody's buying it and then it sells 10 million. They're not going to do that. They're going to wait for actual proper indication based off of like what we have, like actual numbers, or they're going to actually compare it to like other systems and say, okay, well, in the first year, PS4 sold this, Switch sold this, Wii sold this, and they're going to compare the numbers that way, instead of just saying it's not selling because I don't like the system or X, Y, and Z, you know? So yeah. I mean, Switch 1 released in March and Switch 2 released in June. Zelda, Mario. There you go. When people say it's not selling, obviously they don't mean it literally. They say, in fact, you block grifters. Say you block grifters. So how would you know what they're even saying? People send me stuff that they're saying, like on Twitter. People say, hey, this person said this. They put titles of videos and things like that. That's how I know in terms of things. When it comes to when people say not selling, obviously they don't mean literally. Yes, that's actually what they mean. They mean that nobody's buying the system, that it's not doing well. That's what they mean. I don't know what you think that they mean, but that's what they mean. And then when they're wrong, they make excuses why they're wrong. So instead of me telling you all this, you explain to me why somebody would say that nobody's buying it and then it sells 10 million. How about you give me that? What is the justification for all the people that you're defending right now that were saying that it didn't sell good, that it's not selling well, but then it sold 10 million? So go ahead and give me the justification why that's okay. Go ahead, Rule of 3. Don't spin it back on me. Give me a reason why you think it's okay to lie. Go ahead. Because you said it's not, they mean, you know, they don't mean it literally. What do they mean? So when they say it's not selling and then it sells 10 million, what does that mean? Tell me what that means. Let's see here. Fire Emblem was announced for GameCube, NSO Japan. Okay, Japan only for right now. What's up, Sis? Welcome. I think people say Japan only. Some people said it's everywhere. Some people say Japan only. White Knight glazing grifters is a wild approach. Yeah, so please let me know. If someone says it's not selling and then we get 10 million in sales, what is the justification or what is the reason to defend someone like that? Go ahead. Tell me the reason why you would do that. Because you seem to not want to be on my side. Well, actually, no, you're being a little bit fair, but you seem to be very easy to defend these people and say they're not grifters. Then what is the justification for that? Please tell me, because that seems like a liar to me. If you say nobody's buying it, it's not selling well, and then it says it sells 10 million units in what? June, July, August, September, in like what, 3-4 months? It sells that much? That seems to me like you're either a liar or you're a grifter. So which one? Like, what's the point of white knighting and glazing people that do that? I don't get that. I mean, if I did that, would you guys think that that's cool? What if I said, guys, what if I said this? What if I said Xbox Series is selling incredible? It's selling so good. They're selling so great. And then we get the sales numbers that obviously Xbox Series is not selling good. Would you guys be okay with that? Would you guys be down for me to do that? Would that be okay with you? You know, would you guys be okay with that if I lied about sales numbers simply because I felt like it? Would you guys be okay? Who even said that in the first place? You said these things. I don't think like a full context, not watching the videos yourself. No, rule of, oh my god. Okay. You're gonna just deflect. You're gonna deflect this whole stream. You're not gonna admit to that you were defending grifters and all that type of stuff. But okay, no problem. I don't want to go back and forth with you. You just seem like someone who you're gonna have to learn the hard way, like everybody else does. So like I said, this time next year, I hope you're still around on the channel. This time next year, when next gen Pokemon is out, and when big 3D Mario's out, and they're like at, I don't know, like 20 something, 30 million in sales plus, and they're doing good or whatever the case is. I wonder what excuses you're gonna have next time. I'm looking forward to it. So how about this? We can just agree to disagree. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you, because clearly you think that I need to watch people who lie their videos. You think that I need to watch that. So I don't want to go back and forth with you, man. I'm not watching people who lie. As soon as I saw that video where I saw people saying that it's not selling well, then it sold 10 million, there's no point in watching their videos anymore on sales. That's the reason why I don't watch the videos, because they are liars. Why am I going to watch people who lie? It was a flat out lie. The people who said that it's not selling well, the grifters, the people that don't talk, grifters, not the people that were going over actual sales data, but the grifters, I'm not watching their videos because they're liars. What do I need to watch for? It's just spiteful bait that lies and grifts for YouTube money. I'm an analyst myself. I analyze numbers. I look at the sales data. I have sources. I don't need to watch amateur YouTubers who never talked about sales numbers, who have no sources, who are literally doing this for vendetta and money. I don't need to watch their videos. I don't. Maybe you don't think very highly of me, and that's okay. But I think highly of myself, because I know what I've done in this game for, like I said, a decade plus. I've been analyzing sales for a decade plus. I've been looking at Japanese sales for a decade plus. Jackson can tell you. Party Man can tell you. I don't need YouTubers who just started doing this to make money. I don't need their opinion on sales. They lied. So anyway, like I said, agree to disagree. I don't need people's opinions on, I don't need to watch their video. What do I need to watch people's videos for? For what? I have access to everything they have access to, and then some. The reason why I don't watch anymore is because they're liars and they are doing it for YouTube money. Just like freaking Mudahar. Just like these guys. I'm not buying a Switch 2 now. Dude bought a Switch 2 day one. But he made $1,000 plus on that video. He made thousands of dollars. What do I need to watch his videos for? Of him saying that he doesn't like it, I'm not buying it, all these different things, just to rush out and go buy the system on day one. So if I said I don't watch his videos because he's a grifter or because he lies about things, and then he goes and lies about things, I don't need to watch his videos on it. I don't need to watch it. I already know what it is. I know YouTube. I've been on this platform for 16 years. I've been on this platform for 16 years. I know what people do in order to make money. I know what people do. I don't need to watch their vids. Anyway. Let's see here. Why should we believe people who once said Switch 2 was floundering in Japan only to continue dominant? Exactly. Why should we believe people that said it's not selling, then it sold 10 million, then said that it's not selling in Japan, and then it's had one of the best Japanese sales periods ever for the start of a system? Why should we listen? I'm not listening to anybody that does that. That's insane. That's insane logic. I'm not mind reading them either. I'm literally seeing it. I'm literally seeing it. Dude says, I'm not buying a Switch 2, and then goes out and buys a Switch 2 day one. Did I have to mind read to know that he's lying? I already knew what was going to happen. I already knew what was up. You don't know how YouTubers operate. Yes, a lot of YouTubers do things simply to grift for money. Yes, that is the truth. That's why the only reason why somebody would say that Switch 2 isn't doing well in Japan is to grift for money. Because we all know Switch 2 it's literally been the leader in sales every single week in Japan since launch. But we had grifters say that it's not doing that well in Japan. Yet it's literally been the sales leader since it launched. There hasn't been a single week where Switch 2 hasn't sold the most in Japan. Not a single week. But yet we had grifters, the same people, say it's not doing well this week. It's like, dude, it's selling better than everything else. Like, come on now. Come on now. But anyway, I'm done going back and forth with you, man. Like I said, if you want to continue this, I'm sorry, we're going to have to enact the argument rule. I'm going to need to see $10 plus. for us to go keep going. But like I said, I'm not going back and forth with you all stream. You're just here to argue, and that's fine. I argued with you enough. I think I've given you enough attention. But yeah, if you want to continue this, I'm gonna have to get $10 plus from you, my boy. So yeah. So yeah, we're done. Let's see here. There's a reason. Let's see here. No one credible has ever said that. So that's what I'm saying. You don't. Like I said, I'm done. There are people that have said that. Literally, if you Google search it or if you YouTube search it, you can find the video of who said it. So I'm done. I'm moving on. Yeah, troll. I gotta enact the troll tax because now he's just saying he don't even know he don't even know what's been said, and he's saying nobody said that. That's a lie. That is, you do not know. Either you're lying or you do not know. But there is 1000% someone who said there's a slow week in Japan and tried to make it seem like it wasn't doing well in Japan. I also debated someone that also said the same thing, tried to say, oh well, the Japanese sales weren't lining up, it wasn't good enough. So I'm good. I'm good, man. We moving on. Troll tax, like I said, you want to continue this, you're gonna have to drop a 10, homie, because I've given you way too much attention. All right, Mario Tennis, Dragon Quest. Let's move on. Switch 2 will pass Xbox Series by the 18-month out if they exclusive package like Zelda, Mario, etc. Yeah, like I said, I think there's gonna be a new 3D Mario. So 3D Mario's coming. I don't think RGT's a grifter. I don't think he's a grifter. I don't think any of my boys are grifters. Maybe Dreamcast guy is a little bit. I will be honest, Dreamcast guy does do a little bit of grifting, but I don't think Spawn. But I think it's very apparent that that's what Dreamcast guy does. Like I don't think it's like a hidden thing. I think it's very obvious that that's what he has to do in order to get the views on YouTube on top of his other stuff. So like I said, it's not hating. Like he's definitely taking advantage of it, and that's why I said I don't think these people are evil. Like if you're a grifter or if you're somebody who does all this, like I don't think you're evil. Like I don't hate you. It's not that big of a deal. Like I said, Dreamcast guy's my friend. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely does some grifty type stuff. You know, but no, John and RGT, no, they don't. So yeah. All right, rule of 3. I told you to stop, bro. I said move on. You didn't want to do it, so I'm gonna time you out for 10 minutes, my boy. If you want to come back after that, you can, but I'm gonna time you out for 10. But I told you, like, yo, you're gonna have to move on troll tax, and you didn't listen, so we're gonna have to hit you with the 10 timeout, my boy. But if you want to continue on with this, like I said, feel free to drop that 10, and we can go on for like another 10-15 minutes, homie. The porter with the 5 says, I want you to be a grifter, OJ. Get the bag. It would be funny. DC guy is hilarious, bro. All right, shout outs. All right, listen, the problem with me grifting is that, like, I was, like, raised correctly. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't have it in my heart to grift because I'm not a liar. I grew up, like I said, I'm college educated. Nothing wrong with not being college educated, but, like, in college, you got to write, like, essays and papers, and you got to properly source and write things correctly. And for the most part, that's what I did in college, and that's what I did. You know, like I said, I'm a little bit of a scholar in that sense. So for me, it goes against my nature. It goes against my DNA to sit there and lie and grift. I just can't do it. Like listen, I've tried. I tried to do it. I literally almost committed the blue. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't get close to doing that, but like I was miserable. And I didn't really grift. I just kind of trolled a bit, and it's just not for me. It's not my style. It's not who I am. It's not how I was raised. I can't do it. I can't be a grifter. I can't be an extreme hater. That's just not. I wasn't raised like that. My parents didn't raise me like that. So I think that like it's a trait thing. It's like a DNA thing. Like you got to be in an environment like to become a grifter, like a good grifter. You got to be in an environment to where like your morality lets you do that, where you're okay and you're fine with lying or you're fine with exaggerating in order to profit off of that. And I just don't feel comfortable doing that to my audience. Because like I said, I built up, I think, like I said, people say they don't like me. They can call me names, call me fanboy and all that. But I'm not a liar. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a liar. I don't lie about, you know, news or like, if I'm wrong, I say that I'm wrong, you know? So yeah. So it'd be hard for me to become a grifter because it just doesn't feel right. It's a, like I said, I'll give you guys the example. Thank you for the 5 deported. Among Us. You guys remember the game Among Us? We used to play Among Us all the time. You know why I stopped playing Among Us? I stopped playing Among Us because it was giving me panic and anxiety attacks. And I kid you not, it sounds corny, but I stopped playing it because I don't like lying. I don't like lying. I don't like manipulating. I don't like stressing people. I don't like doing that. And in Among Us, you have to be a liar, a manipulator, a weirdo. Like, you've got to do all these things. And it literally drove me to have panic attacks. Like, after the stream, I cut off Among Us, and my heart would be jumping. My heart would be racing because, and I know it's just a game, but it's just not me. It's just not me. And I don't want to do that in, like, where I have to personally do that. Now, I don't mind playing that, like, in a video game. Like, if I'm playing somebody who's like a manipulator or a liar or whatever, it's a video game that way. But when I actually physically have to do the manipulation or lying, like, it just gave me panic and anxiety. So I said, we're not playing this game anymore. Like, I dropped it literally cold turkey. I have not played it since that last time that we streamed it. I have not played it since then. It just gives me the yips a little bit. It just makes me jumpy. I don't like it. So yeah. So that's how bad it is with me, guys. I don't shout out to the porter. Thank you for another $2 dono. Couldn't afford more than 2 semesters in college. Taught myself algebra, trigonometry, calculus. Went through the linear algebra, different equations and probability statistics. Professor Leonard on YouTube, free. Yep, there you go, man. There you go. There's also that too. We're not at 387. I think we were at 30 something, 38. So now I think we're at 40 now. Shout outs to Deported. Thank you for the $2. And shout outs to Jackson. You don't have to go to college, but as long as you teach yourself, that's cool, you know? You inspire me for the goats, man. I appreciate that. Just kidding. Don't grift. Yeah, man. This is not, man. I don't like games that involve lying. Yeah, like it just doesn't fit well with me. I was terrible at Among Us because I can't lie like that either. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't lie like that. I can't be sitting there being a liar. I think if when I was younger, like when I was like maybe like 16 or 17 or 18, yeah, I probably could have done it because, I mean, when you're that young, you can kind of be like that, right? But as an adult, I've always been so like, face your problems. Ever since my first kid, when, man, like it hit me like a ton of bricks that I was, what was going on. I felt like I needed to be more like, you gotta take things more seriously. So I think it changed my outlook on life. Whereas like, I think before that, I think it might've been easier for me to play that type of game, but now in today's day, I can't, bro. I can't play that type of game. Yeah, we know about the Japanese NSO with that. So yeah. That's a symptom of having high character integrity. Yeah, exactly. Only time I listen to people who provide facts and news, which is why I give you credit. Thank you, Zombie Tech. I appreciate that, bro. I'm actually trash at mathematics, Jackson. I'm actually really bad. I'm bad at math, but I'm good at I know how to use a calculator though, so. I know how to use a calculator, so there you go. But I mean, if you ask me about like off the top of my head, am I good at math? Absolutely not. But can I use a calculator? Absolutely can. Have I passed stats? I absolutely did. Did I pass it with the worst possible score without potential just barely passing? Yeah, I got a 70 on the dot, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Considering in high school, I could not even pass geometry. Yeah, I couldn't. I got past the first semester, but I failed the second semester of geometry. So the highest level of math I completed was Algebra 2, I think. That might have been the highest level of math I completed in high school. But in college, I had to take calc and stats. So I passed calc and I passed stats in college. So hooray for me. But yeah, there's no way in high school I would have passed those. I couldn't even pass geometry. So yeah. Most people can spot a liar, so when you really lying to yourself, which feels terrible, yeah. I prefer calculus and differential equations over statistics. Stats was tough, man. I barely passed that class. Regardless of what you think of both, trying to communicate and have a relationship or trying to have a conversation, the only one cares like they're only right, brags about it. What? What are you talking about? Play some brain training? Yeah, maybe I need to play some more brain training. Yeah, I agree. I failed physics in college twice. Got a B in physics. Physics 2, don't know how. Hey, there you go. Sometimes it's just easier. Maybe you applied all of your your mistakes, and then you applied that to it and ended up just being able to be better. C's get degrees. C's do get degrees. They do. You know, but when I transferred to Fresno State, I was a good student. I was a good student at Fresno State. Although I could have applied myself a little bit more and probably been like got straight A's, but like I did just enough to get either like an A or B depending on what topic it was. If it was any kinesiology courses, oh, that was an A. Like I aced all my kinesiology courses, but if it was stuff outside of kinesiology or stuff that was like the hardest parts of kinesiology, which would be like anatomy and physiology, or like we have to take like science, what was it? Gosh, what is it? I forgot the class it was. Like the chemistry of the body. I forgot what that's called though. The chemistry of the body, like all the different chemicals that are in your body at any given point, and like what happens like when you exercise and how much carbon dioxide compared to oxygen, and like all the like the chemical makeup of your body and body parts. That stuff, man, I freaking flipped it. I had to get out of that class. The lady that I had was crazy. So I said, you know what, let me take this semester off from that course. Let me drop it right now because I'm going to fail if I'm with her because she was nuts. Let me drop it, and then I took a better teacher. I went on Rate My Professor, and I took a better teacher, and I'm like, okay, this teacher's going to be better for me. So then I took it the next semester, and I ended up getting like a B on there. But yeah, the lady that I had, like, it was actually 3 separate teachers split up, and I'm like, wait a minute, 3 teachers split up throughout the course of the semester? I'm like, this is going to be crazy. There's no way I'm doing this. I said, and like the first exam, I bombed. Even though I studied, I'm like, yeah, I'm out. I am out. Let me drop the class now before I waste my time this whole semester and I fail this thing. So I got out, and I took a better teacher, and that was a lot easier. So yeah, biochemistry. Yeah, biochemistry. Yeah, I think that's the course. Yeah. Biochemistry. Biology was a weakness too. I had a crazy teacher in junior college that was a crazy biology teacher, and man, I barely passed that class, like with the C. I barely passed that class because she was nuts. The exams were like 100 questions all throughout. It didn't go in order. She'd mix up the, or like, let's say you read it said, hey, the exam is going to be on chapter 6 and chapter 7. Dude, she would mix up the questions over and over. She'd put trick questions in there. She'd put none of the aboves. She would just smix us, man. It was insane. That lady was like I said, the craziest biology teacher that I've ever had. Like the craziest a chemistry biology teacher that I've ever had. She just like, dude, we're not studying to be like, you know, like we're not gonna be doctors here. Hold up, this is like before your major, right? This is like the prereqs and stuff. This is not. It shouldn't be this serious. Not this serious, lady. So let's see here. If you ever need help with math, OJ, I'm your guy. I'm done, bro. I don't need any. I'm done with math. Oh my gosh, math. The type of math that I use for my job now is so basic. All I need is a calculator. I'm good. But yes, if I got you on Cario. So yeah, man. Let's see here. What was wrong with that teacher? I told you she was nuts. She would mix up all the stuff. She'd do fill in the blank. She'd mix up all the stuff. Like this lady was. The questions were hard as heck, man. They were hard. Sometimes she'd say, okay, it's going to be over 3 chapters. Then it's going to be over 2 chapters. Then sometimes she would barely have any questions from one chapter and more on another chapter. Like I legit studied for like 7 hours and got a D the first test. And I'm like, bro, what happened? And I thought I did good. Like I thought I did really good, and I got absolutely bodied. So I realized that this is going to have to be like, I'm going to have to approach this differently, you know, which I did. I ended up approaching it differently. I ended up changing my studying patterns and habits. I ended up I would sweet talk her, man. I'd ask her questions before. I'd be like, hey, you know, I've been studying real hard, and what do you think about this chapter? And she'd be like, and she would slightly give hints. So I knew it was gonna took some of that OJ charm, you know what I'm saying? Like I charmed my teachers all the time. Oh my goodness, I was teacher's pet in college. I would charm them. I would sit there and ask them things. I'd bring them an apple. I brought one of my teachers lunch. Oh yeah, like if the class was hard, I'd do anything. I needed to pass these courses, brother. So one time I brought my teacher lunch. I bring an apple. I would say, hey, I'd compliment them. Hey, you're looking great today. It's nice to see you. You know, of course, oh, heck yeah. I would try to convince them to grade on a curve. I even got a couple times for them to grade on a curve. Like, hey, you know what? Oh, man, I'd say, you know, I've been studying and like, you know, I'd be like, say, I'm studying a lot. Like, maybe this exam should be on a curve. Like, it seems pretty tough, doesn't it? And then they start thinking about it. I'm like, maybe. And I've gotten that a few times where they'd actually change, where the teacher would change it to grade on a curve, you know? So whoever gets the highest score, that's 100%. So if the highest score is like a 91 or 92, well, it's going to skew the scores down. So even if you get a B, you get an A, right? You get a C, you get a B. So yeah, I did all that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Teachers pet essence, damn right. I charm them. I tell them how good they look, especially like female. I'm like, oh, Al, you look so good today. You know, you look great today. I'm like, or I make up something. I'm like, oh, I think I saw you, but you know, I didn't want to walk up. I think you were busy, but you were looking really. I would just say things, and I would try to charm the teachers, especially the female teachers. 100% charmer. You're wearing nice today. You have a nice outfit. If they're walking by outside, like walking to like, you know, like they'd be walking to administration, I'd be like, oh, hey, how's it going, Mrs. Whatever? Like, hope you're doing good. Like, oh, I've been working hard on that. Like, I would do everything I can. Absolutely. My classmates loved me because they knew good and well that my charm will help them out. So they would encourage me. They would, heck yeah. Let's see here. It says, I don't know, OJ, after all that talk about being honest, kind of sounds like you manipulated your teachers, LOL, JK. Well, I mean, this was when I was a lot younger. I said after I had my daughter, which was much later, it was harder for me. But I never lied. And that's not really, that's not reference to manipulation. They did look, listen, it's my opinion. So I think it's more like me just being charming. There's a thing that, listen, chivalry is nice. Like you open the door for a lady. You know what I'm saying? Say your teacher looks nice. There's nothing wrong with shooting some compliments to someone. So I don't see it as manipulation. I see it as essentially helping them out on the job. Listen, being a teacher is not that fun. It's not like it's great being a teacher. The last thing you want is a bunch of pissy, a bunch of pissy 20-something-year-olds, whatever, that are upset over tests and all that. That's how they would get attitude from people, right? I've seen a lot of times where people get an attitude when they don't do well on a test or they complain. Why complain and why get pissy? Which I've seen a lot. I've seen arguments. Why do that when you can switch it in your favor and be nice about it? You messed up on a test. Find out the teacher's patterns and see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, complaining isn't going to help you out. When you complain or when you get into an argument with the teacher, they're just going to make things harder. They're not going to help you out when you do that. That's what I realized. That's what I learned from people who mess that up. Like, they're going to just make things harder. So instead of doing that, flip it to your advantage. You know, try to do what you can to make the teacher soften up a little bit, like ease up, you know? So to me, it's a strategy to help everybody. It's not a manipulation tactic to me. Like saying, hey, look, this exam seems kind of hard. How about a curve? It's just a question, you know? So it's just a question. So yeah, never underestimate the power of flattery. Never underestimate it. Sometimes they did look nice. I mean, now were sometimes the outfits would I usually say that they look nice? Maybe not, but still, nothing wrong with saying that. Once again, if I was a teacher, I would want somebody to say I look nice too. So yeah. Never failed a charm check. You're looking good in those nice robes, Your Honor. Have you lost weight? Oh my God, they might see through you on that one. You're in court. Oh man. So yeah, it's not lying, but you were definitely being clever. Yeah, being a little clever. Yeah. I mean, even when they tried to, because like I had one history teacher, which I'm really good at history, so I mean I was gonna pass no matter what. But he knew that I was being a little bit cheeky with him, so he tried to embarrass me by telling me to stand up on the seat and recite one of the songs from like the history lessons, because I kind of blurted something out kind of jokingly in class, and I don't think he liked that, but he liked me, so he's like, okay, you want to be a little wise guy? So then he said, hey, how about you stand up on the chair and recite this history song that we're gonna play for extra credit, and if you do, you know, I'll grade on a curve, or I'll do this or whatever. And I was like, all right. Stood up on the chair, recited the history song, and he was looking at me crazy like, wait a minute, he actually did it. He thought I wasn't going to do it. I did it, and everybody got extra credit. We got a grade on a curve and everything. Everyone was like, yo, this OJ guy, he's cool. my like in high school, I'll admit, not everybody liked me in high school. Like a lot of my like people didn't, not everybody liked me, but in college, people liked me a lot. Like a lot of my classes, like they all liked me. That's one thing that I can't say. Now they didn't like me enough to come to my birthday party, but they liked me when it comes to me being in class. They were always very nice to me and pleasant and all of that. So a lot of them were cool with me there. Even some of the football guys that teased me and were kind of mean to me at football practice in college, they were completely cool to me in class. It was the funniest thing. They would treat me, because I was a bench player in junior college, they treat me kind of bad out on the football field, but in class they treat me great, because it seemed like in class, because I don't know, I guess they thought that I was a better student than I was a football player in college, which I guess you could say that. I mean, I wasn't a starter at any time in college, but I was a 3.5 GPA student in college. So I think they saw me as a better student than I am a player. So they respected me more in the classroom than they did on the football field at times. At times. Not everybody, just some players. Some players respected me on both, of course. But a lot of the guys would ask me to do their homework for them or whatever, and I'd be like, all right, you got to pay me, though, but I'll do it, you know? So yeah. Basically prove Nintendo lives rent-free in your head, or some... I'm not sure how I prove that. We're talking about school and me talking about that. I didn't prove that. And I even said Nintendo's fine. Like, I don't think he's evil and you don't have to ban his name or anything like that. So he doesn't really live rent-free in my head. Not at all. I'm cool. Maybe Icy Watermelon. Is that your name? I'm thinking that maybe you have a mental situation or problem going on here, because we're talking about something else completely different. But let me check on your profile real quick. Let me check on your profile. Let me see. I think you're just a troll. Joined 2 months ago. So yeah. I always thought it was. Yeah, you're just someone who's, it's a newer account. I think you're definitely a sock account. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You're kind of weird, bro. But yeah, nobody's, like I said, I don't think he's evil. I have no problem with him. He's allowed to grift and lie or do whatever he does. That's fine too. I have no issue with that. Yeah. So it's all good. So yeah, nobody's living rent free in anybody's head. Somebody else brought him up here. I said that I think he's fine. So it's all good, man. It's all good. No need to come here and try to start something up. It ain't that big of a deal, bro. It ain't that big of a deal. So it's all good. It's all good. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the stream. I don't think you're here to actually enjoy the stream. I think you're here to be weird, but I hope you enjoy the stream, man. How the heck did you get in the convo? We were talking about school. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how it got in the convo. I'm not sure what this guy's talking about. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, listen, sometimes some people are, you know, a bit slow. Some people are a bit slow, and that's okay too, you know? No, I ain't gonna ban him. He didn't say anything. I don't know. I think he's behind on the stream. I think he's, I don't know. I think he's, like I said, I think he's slow. I think that's probably part of it too. Oh man, some of my teachers definitely looked nice. So if I did that, it would have worked. Okay, nice. You actually have like good looking teachers. Okay, yeah. I don't recall ever having. I had one teacher that I'd probably say, okay. I had one teacher in high school that definitely I would say, okay, yeah, she actually was like good looking. But yeah, outside of that, no, I don't think so. I not really. In college, I mean, they were all okay. Like nobody was ugly, you know, but it wasn't like, oh man, yeah, she looks good. Like I had one teacher, like when I was in high school, like my freshman year, she was a math teacher. And she had just graduated from college, got her credential, did all that stuff. She was like Hawaiian or something like that. So yeah, she was very cute. But yeah, outside of that, not really. Yes, Resident Evil is coming to Switch 2. It is coming.
I'm behind on the stream too, but I just got here.
Okay.
Good evening.
Shout out Cyber Taurus. Thank you for the $10. Ciao. Yo, that's the biggest singular dono of the day. Let's go, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the big $10 dono, man. I appreciate that. Anybody does 10 or more, you can put my man Cyber Taurus on the board. Also, I think first JoJo of the day, too. Let's go. Excuse me. What's up, Cyber Taurus? Yeah, I'm old enough to be in that generation where attractive female teachers weren't common. I mean, from what I can remember, nah, none of them were like... Maybe one teacher when I was in 3rd grade. We had a really tall, like, mixed teacher. And I think she might have been, but it's hard for me to remember her completely because she's so tall. Not that she's so tall, but because it was so long ago. This was like 40 something. This was like 40 years. I don't know how long. This was so many years ago. It was like when I was in 3rd grade. So it was decades and decades ago. So I don't remember how she looked, but I think she was kind of cute. I think she was, but I can't remember 100%. Maybe if I go back, like my mom's old, my yearbook pictures, I think I have a yearbook picture with her. Maybe then, I think also maybe my kindergarten teacher too was kind of cute. My kindergarten teacher might have been kind of cute too, but I don't remember. So yeah. Fire Emblem on GameCube drop on this. So yeah, we know Unknown Caller. We talked about it already. Casual Noob says, I can tie the trolls comments together because I went to college with Nintendo and he taught my economics class in college. I'm still alive, by the way. Shout outs to Casual Noob. Yeah, I saw your post. I liked it, man. Hey, shout outs, bro. Try to stay safe out there, fam. I know you're going through a lot right now, brother. It says, people would say my geometry teacher looked like Roz from Monsters, Inc. Oh, well, the lady that says, Mike Wazgatsky or Wowski or whatever. Weird. Okay. She's so tall. Yeah, it does distort the memory. Like, I used to think she looked like a giraffe. Like, that's what I told my mom when I remember coming home one day, my first day, because I didn't know who she was. My first day, I remember going to school and just looking up. Now, of course, I'm a little child, so I'm not tall myself. But you know when someone's tall, you know when someone's tall, right? Like an adult. Because she was clearly taller than my mom and my dad. My dad was about, I think, 5'9", 5'10". My mom's like 5'3", you know? But she was clearly tall. And my brother, even at that time, my brother was like 5'9". My brother was tall for even back then. He's always been tall. And I just remember looking up at her and like she was light skinned and she had like the little like freckles kind of. So I'm like, Mom, she looks like a giraffe. Cause she had like a long neck, bro. She was so tall and thin and lanky. I just remember she was just so tall. So I'm like, Mom, she's like a giraffe. Oh man. So yeah, man. Let's see here. What do you mean, troll? I was just asking. All right, man. No problem, brother. I appreciate you. So just asking. I don't think what you said wasn't an ask. You just said basically proved lives rent free in your head or something. So that wasn't a question. That was a statement. But like I said, man, you're good. Whatever, bro. We're not talking about him. We've already moved on. Somebody brought it up. I said he's fine. It's no big deal. Somebody asked me to ban his name. I said, nah, I don't think he's evil. He's fine. He can do what he does, and that's that. So yeah, when the sales numbers come out in February, we'll hear the new we'll hear the new excuses why it's not good. We'll hear the new damage control and excuses and this and that, and we'll hear it all the way up until whenever, right? So yeah, so it's all good, man. Feel free to stay, or you can leave. It's up to you. I had 3 attractive teachers: my English 2 teacher, my Spanish 2 teacher, and my mass comm teacher in college. Okay, nice. Did I walk into a teacher waifu conversation? Yeah, a little bit of a teacher waifu conversation. It all started from me saying that I used to charm my teachers, say that they look nice today. You look nice. You're dressing nice today. All that. But I do the same thing with the guy teachers too. I'd be like, oh, are you looking great today? I like that outfit. I like that sweater. I like that tie. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to do the same thing. To like also my logic teacher, because that logic class was hard, but he liked me. And I thought he was cool too. You know, so yeah. So it was all good. So I would kind of, but he knew that I was always just trying to be like, like that on purpose. And, he'd play into it a little bit, have a little bit of fun. So yeah. Great evening, OJ. All is well. I know you got poor grammar, forgot to add the question mark. Yeah, maybe he forgot to add the question mark. Yeah, maybe. I don't think that wasn't a question though, because he said basically proved. So yeah. Hit the gym teacher. Hit the gym today, professor. Yeah, I know. Seriously, yeah. Hit the gym today, professor. Yeah, exactly. 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 Shout out to Cyber Taurus though, man. Thank you for the JoJo. Shout outs, guys. We are 10 combos away. Ayo. From the extension. Appreciate that, guys. Let's go. CLJ didn't upgrade his charm enough to pass a check when his wife to stay up late. What the hell are you talking about, house kid? This man's just making up. What are you talking about? Just curious, why do you like Dragon Quest 7 so much more than Dragon Quest 1+2? I like Dragon Quest 7 more than Dragon Quest 1 and 2 because I think the art style is more refreshing to me, and I like there's just something about how the proficiencies work and how the gameplay works, and like I said, the graphics that just kind of work well with me.
I remember in high school the first time I had a younger teacher who was my art teacher. She got hit on all the time by all the guys. Wow.
Yeah, that happens. An art teacher too? Oh man. She's cute and she's also got some, some swag, because like art teachers were always swaggy. Even if they were old, they were always swaggy in some type of way. I always had smooth operator art teachers. So yeah, they were always swaggy in some way. So I'm guessing she had some style and grace to her as well. Shout outs, Justin. Thank you for another $3 dono. I appreciate that, my boy. Up to, I think, is that 15 on the board? I think so. Appreciate the donos today, Justin. Shout outs, man. I was making a joke about sometimes you can't stay up late for the stream because your wife, so you fail those charm checks. It's not even about that. It's the fact that we got a kid. It ain't got nothing to do with just her. If it was just her, then yeah, like back before we had a kid, like yeah, I stream till whenever. I never said anything about that. She didn't care. She'd be outside. She'd be doing whatever. She'd be watering the garden and she'd be doing whatever. She'd be watching her shows. But now that we got a kid, we got to go on a strict kind of like when the boy wakes up, you know what I'm saying? We got to get his breakfast ready. We got to make sure everything's set. What are we doing for the day? How's his food looking? When you have a child, you got to start being more in line. Before we had the kid, it didn't matter. I stream whenever. You guys know. I mean, you've been around. You know that. But once we had our boy, yeah, those days kind of came to an end. Because it's not just about you anymore. Now it's about, or just about us. It's not about a child, and a child doesn't, a child, you can't just stay up all night because you got to wake up in the morning and take care of the child. You got to get the baby ready. You got to do certain things. If she's got to do something, I got to be the one to do that. If she's got to go somewhere, if she's got work, or if she's got something else to do, I'm the one who's got to be there. So I can't be streaming all night or whatever the case is if I got to wake up to take care of the baby in the morning so she can get a little bit of a break, because she's going to be up all night taking care of the boy if the boy wakes up. So it's more about that, Yeah, kid changes everything. It changes your whole routine. It changes everything. It changes how the relationship that you have with your significant other. It changes so many things. It changes just how you move, how you operate. How you work. It changes everything. So that's what happened there. D-Brand made a new Joy-Con 2 shells to match the Joy-Con colors that Nintendo dropped. Said D-Brand does what Nintendo don't. Shells. Okay, yeah, nice. Yeah, I don't want any light green and light purple shells though. So yeah. Hey, let's watch some of them trailers though, man. Let's do that. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button too. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. Did you guys see that video with that one dude though? Did you guys see that video? Did you guys see that video with that one chick, and she tried to pull up on someone in a fake cop outfit, with the fake cop outfit and writing tickets with the cameraman, and the dude pulled up on her. We might have to watch that, but I mean, I'm gonna have to ask this though. No kiddos can watch that. So if we do watch that, kiddos can't watch because there's some language. But man, it felt satisfying, bro. I saw that video with my wife today, and we were both like, yeah, like you can't be acting like that. You can't be pulling up on people like that. So all right, okay, let's do this right now though. Let's do this. Okay, guys, we gotta get this Nintendo video. So we gotta get this video. Mario Tennis Fever. We got the overview trailer first. Let's watch the overview trailer. Let's get that. If you guys drop donos during the stream, I'll still play music and all that good stuff. We'll just play it afterwards, or I can get your questions answered. If you guys want me to answer questions in between that, if any notifications pop up. So yeah, let me pause the music. We're gonna watch the Mario Tennis Fever overview trailer first. We're gonna watch that first. All right, so Mario Tennis Fever. Yeah, I think the game might run at 4K. I think the game might actually run at 4K. Hold up here. They got it running at 4K at least. Maybe the game's gonna run at 4K. Shout outs to Jakey. Thank you for the 32 months of membership. Let's go. Shout outs to Jakey. All right, let's check this out. Mario Tennis Fever. Sorry for my green screen. Whenever there's red, it kind of throws off the green screen. So yeah.
A brand new Mario Tennis game swings onto the Nintendo Switch 2 system. With the tennis you know and love, chaotic rallies with unexpected new twists, and bosses that stand in your way. It's the most jam-packed Mario Tennis game yet. Mario Tennis Fever. First, basic shots. Fire topspins that bounce. Slices that bend and curve.
Slice.
And lobs that sail over opponents. Pick the shot you want to use for each rally.
Little drop shot.
Making their grand slamming debut are Fever Rackets.
Fever.
Keep a rally going to build up your fever gauge. Then unleash a powerful fever shot with a special effect.
Fire.
Freeze the court with the ice racket. Or make enemies appear with the pokey racket. Trip
Pokey?
up your opponents to get the advantage. Make opponents see double with the shadow racket. Or get a speed boost with the golden dash racket. Power yourself up with a total of 30 fever rackets.
The speed racket.
If a fever shot is heading your way, don't panic. Send it back before it hits the ground, and you'll return the shot and its effect right back at your opponent.
Okay, nice little defensive counter.
So keep your guard and your racket up until it lands. You'll lose HP if you take damage from a fever shot. Lose all of it, and you'll enter KO status and need time to recover. So be careful.
This is an RPG?
In a doubles match, both players can hit a fever shot at the same time.
Oh, the fever combo.
When the moment comes, unleash this explosive shot to devastate opponents. Newcomers include Goomba,
Goomba.
Nabbit, and Baby Waluigi.
Oh, come
There
on.
are 38 characters, the most in series history.
All right.
Mix and match them with the fever rackets to find your favorite combo.
Okay.
You can also enjoy classic tennis without fever rackets.
Good.
Use slides and leaps and hit shots at sharp angles for a good old back and forth rally. Swap between newly added defensive actions and increased offensive moves on the court. In addition, Swing Mode lets you gently swing your Joy-Con 2 controller like a racket
Gently.
for a more intuitive experience. You can even use fever shots.
That's all Party Man's gonna
Swing
play.
into action with these tennis modes.
Party Man is gonna play. He's gonna be wearing the same outfit Mario wears. He's gonna be wearing a visor, a red shirt, tennis shorts. He's gonna wear the shoes. Party Man's gonna stand up. He's gonna have a green screen that shows like it's Wimbledon, and he's gonna be wearing he's gonna have a water bottle and like a headband and like a wristband. Party Man's gonna dress up, and that's how he's gonna play the game in his room. And I'll keep it a buck though. I did that one time. Not with this game. I did that one time with that one game on the Wii. It was called it was called, I forgot. Does anybody remember that one tennis game on the Wii? It wasn't Wii Sports, but it was like an actual tennis game, and it had like cartoonish looking characters, but they were real tennis players, and it was, I forgot what the name of the game was though, but it was like they were trying to say, okay, you can actually be like a real tennis player. I forgot what it was, but I think one time I remember at my mom's house, I like cleared my room, I like put on shorts, and I was like playing. I forgot the name of the game though. It was a somewhat popular tennis game on the Wii. I forgot the name. It's like All-Star Tennis. I think it was from EA Sports. I think EA made the game. Oh, but I forgot the name of the game. Somebody in the chat look it up, the tennis game on the Wii where it was kind of like that. But anyway, yeah. Like I did that one time or something. Yeah, Party Man's gonna do it with this game though.
This is Talking Flower live from the stadium.
Yes, Grand Slam Tennis from EA. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, Grand Slam Tennis from
Play
EA.
with commentary from a Talking Flower in tournament mode.
Okay. Talking
Take
Flower.
on challenges and aim for the top in trial towers. Hit the tennis balls through rings to earn points in Ring Shot.
Ring Shot. Ring Fit.
Feed piranha plants with tennis balls to make the court bigger in a forest court match. Trigger a variety of flashy effects in a pinball match.
Yo, the pinball.
Hit the ball on the lit floor and grab fever rackets that appear in a racket factory match. Dive into a world of wonder with all sorts of strange rallies in a Wonder Court match.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Expect the unexpected in these unusual takes on traditional tennis. Finally, get a grip on the fundamentals in adventure mode. Even if you're new to the series, you'll learn the different shot types, complete challenges, and take on bosses blocking your way. All while improving your skills. Up to 4 players can compete on the court. You can also play with multiple systems via local wireless. And if one person has the game, they can share the tennis fun via Game Share.
Nice, nice.
Plus, you can play online. Enjoy casual bouts with customizable rules in an online room.
That's good.
Or go for glory and global rankings in a ranked match.
It's gonna be sweaty. Super sweaty. Shoutouts to Psycho Pie with the $5 Ninja Peach, and it says, it's cool when you guys dress up. It's a problem when I do it. Fudge 'em. Oh my god. That's funny.
It's tennis with a twist. So grab your racket and get ready for some
Got a boss
explosive
boss
action.
battles?
Mario Tennis Fever.
Yeah.
Available February 12th only on Nintendo
The
Switch
only
2.
thing-
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
So-
The Mario Tennis Fever game is compatible with amiibo figures for the characters shown here.
Okay.
Tap an amiibo to use a tennis ball with the design based on the character.
Nothing too crazy. Nintendo, listen, it's like you always got to be like, whenever they announce Amiibo, are they going to make it to where you get a custom music track in a desert? You know, you always got to be careful when it comes to Amiibo. Oh, man, you always got to be careful when it comes to that. But no, that one seems okay. Different, some tennis balls, you know, different whatever, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But what do you guys think, man? Do you think that Nintendo finally kind of cracked the code for the what's it called? Crack the code for Mario sports games in terms of content? Do you guys think that's enough? Like I said, I don't want to say anything now because I said that with Mario Golf. Nintendo did the same thing with Mario Golf, where they're like, "Oh, look at all these characters, look at the adventure mode," and then people got the game and said, "No, it's not good. It's not a complete burger." You know, people made up all these things. So I mean, I'm gonna defer to you guys on this one. What do you guys think? Is this one looking good enough when it comes to the what's it called, the content and all that, or is it a little bit lacking? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat with that one. Let's see. The new Joy-Cons look good too. I mean, I'm not as big of a fan of the new Joy-Cons because it's not that much color on there, but I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. You know, that guy sounded nothing like RGT. What are you talking about? Mario Tennis for the N64 is a classic, bare bones, simple compared to the recent sequels, though. It really is. But the way that people talk about it, they talk about like Mario Tennis on the 64 was like freaking packed full of every single mechanic and gameplay mode in the world. I think the fever mechanic looks too powerful. Hopefully, the really strong defensive mechanics to balance it out. I'm on the fence so far. I mean, I think the racket fever stuff. I mean, it's just Mario Tennis Aces had the same thing too. So they always have different defensive things that you can do to stop it or whatever. And they said even if you get it before it hits the ground, you send that power right back at them. So that's also another way to counter the fever stuff as well. Shout out to Justin with the $3 dono. Says, at least Diddy Kong is in there. LOL. Also, Luma is the movie design now. Yeah, so Donkey Kong's obviously his new design, and Luma the new design as well. So that's good. 61 on the board. Yo, combo breaks. We are out here. Noah and Neo flying through the skies. We got it, boys and girls. Let's go. Hold up. Where's the Fire Emblem trailer? It's not here in the US yet, right? It's not here in the US. So we didn't get the Fire Emblem one yet. We didn't get that yet. Shoutouts to Shinru with the $5 as well.
Ninjas. Turning in soon, but wanted to send OJ a banger remix of Gerudo Valley. You like it, guys. Take care and have a good night and weekend.
Shoutouts
as usual.
Shoutouts to Shinru. Big love, brother. Appreciate you, man. Big love to you. Thank you so much for your support, like always. Let me open up my recent events. And I'm gonna get that. What's it called? I'm gonna get that track because I can't get it from here, but well, I think I can get it. Yeah, here we go. I can get it from my recent events. I can copy the link, and I think I can get it from here, so we can play it from here. So, here we go. Shout outs to Shinru. I think I saw this on my playlist. Big up to Cyber Taurus is, oh, did they drop FE4 remake trailer finally? When they do drop it, don't worry, you'll know, because I'm gonna make a video on it. I'm gonna troll every single one of you guys. I'm gonna troll every one of you guys that did this to me. You know, I'm gonna troll every one of you guys that did. So, I'll turn it up a little bit more for you. How's that? Can you hear it pretty well? Even OJ, I might be wrong for this, but it looks like Aces just with more power-ups and characters. Looks fun. I mean, yeah, it looks like Aces. I mean, the graphics definitely are better than Aces, and I think it's running at 4K. But I mean, it's the Mario art style, so how much better can you make that look? But Aces in portable mode looks crusty. So I mean, it looks significantly better than Aces in portable mode. Dock mode, I think Aces is like 900p, or is it 1080p? I'm not really sure. Either way, it looks way cleaner than Aces, and like the grass and stuff like looks better as well. The effects and like the fire and all that look more detailed and better too. But yeah, it looks like Aces, but like more stuff, more things to do. Absolutely. But I mean, it's Mario Tennis. I mean, Mario has a certain art style. It ain't gonna be able to look much better than what they do. It's a tennis court. So yeah. Shout outs to Johnny. Thank you for the $3 dono. Yeah, it looks nice though. It looks nice, but yeah, it definitely has like the same. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like the same models, just update, and then they just like updated the model, like the same engine, same everything. They just updated everything, you know, to run and look better, you know. Wouldn't be surprised. Trail on the Japanese YouTube. Okay, so it's not for the US yet. So why are you guys saying US? It's clearly not for the US. Why are you guys saying that it's the US trailer for that? Looks crispy. Oh, that looks, ooh. Yeah, it looks crusty. It looks like Fire Emblem. It looks blurry, bro. Ooh. It looks blurry, bro. All right, yeah, it's coming. Do they say when this is coming on here? I don't think they say when it's coming. I don't think do they actually say, oh, I can't read Japanese. Uncario, are you still here? 1-9? So is it coming? Is it already, okay, is it out today? I think it's just out now. Okay, so probably it's imminent for here in the West. I think it's probably imminent here in the West. Shout outs. 69 on the board too. Very nice. Thank you guys for the support. I appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you for the support, guys. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. We are only what was that? 31 combos away from the platinum streak. Let's go. Is out in the US. Don't know why NOA didn't drop the trailer. Oh, it's out in the US as well? Okay. Got you. No, it's all good, 7Dio. It's out in the US apparently. It's out in the US. Never been one to complain about lack of content, especially single player competitive arcade sports games, so I'm fine with it. Yeah, that's definitely not the case with people when it comes to Mario sports games, man. They need their content, so it's out now in Path of Radiance. Oh, okay, cool. Maybe I'll play the first chapter and maybe I'll talk about it in a video or something like that. Make sure you guys remember we're giving away a Nintendo Switch 2 when we hit 150K. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and make sure you watch my videos and comment, because I will be giving it away to one random person when we hit 150K. And like if you're commenting, you have a better chance at winning. So make sure you guys sub, watch the vids. I'll be shelling that pretty much all the time in my vids, the giveaway. Plus we're gonna be giving away a $50 eShop card as well. So yeah, I think we did that on Twitter too. We talked about that on Twitter. So you guys all go check it out, man. All good stuff. All good stuff. All right, shout out to Justin with the 3. Says Pokemon GameCube games
look very possible for Pokemon Day now.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't know if they're gonna do it, but we'll see. I think they're gonna focus on Pokemon Wind and Wave. I think Pokemon Wind and Wave will be the main focus. Yes, they're gonna have other things. They're gonna have other stuff, but I'm almost positive that Pokemon Wind and Wave is gonna be like the main situation, like the main thing. So yeah. Yeah, but make sure you guys watch my video that I had today too. My video today was awesome. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good video at least. Party Man with the $5. Ninja Peach as well. What's up, Party Man?
The Mario Tennis Fever looks way more content rich than past games so far.
Okay.
Characters, stages are more unique, modes, racket variety with the Fever mechanics. Pretty much has most of what you would want from a Mario Power Tennis-like game.
Yeah, I think it looks good too, man. I think it looks good. I just want to wait before I declare anything, because I did that with Mario Golf and I got obliterated. My Mario Golf video got absolutely obliterated on here, so I don't want to make the same mistake. And I think I did the same thing with Mario Strikers. So yeah, man. I do not want to make the same mistake that I made before with this one. Oh my gosh. Mario Golf Super Rush. Yeah, that one, I made a mistake with that one with my video. So in 2021. So yeah, I'm not going to do the same thing right now. So I think the drip feed Pokemon Wind and Wave info throughout the year, just like they did Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I think it's going to be something similar to that. But normal, every now and then we get a trailer and then we'll get like a bigger video. But actually, I mean, I was looking through my content for Scarlet and Violet. They did a ton of stuff on Scarlet and Violet. Like there was a big like 14-minute trailer. There was like a 6-minute trailer. There was like a 3-minute trailer. Like I have a ton of Scarlet and Violet videos that they dropped before the game launched. So they actually dropped quite a bit of content beforehand. When I was making my video today, I saw a lot of it. What's up, Gangsta Slayer? Welcome. Shout out. 77 on the board too. Combo breaks. 23 combos away. Yo, we out here. Thank you guys for your support, man. Appreciate that. Remember, if you drop a dono, put your music request in there. Party Man, if you want something, let me know. I'm going to play some Pokemon music for Justin. So, Pokemon music. So, yeah, we're going to play some Pokemon music My man Justin. Here we go. Pokemon. Yeah, here we go. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. What do you mean by mistake? Were they bad games? Well, no. I said that it's not that big of a deal that they're doing like the free updates. Like you can just get the you just get the game and then the updates come and there's stuff to do. I made it seem as if it wasn't that big of a deal, but people really disagree with me on that video. So like I don't want to make that mistake as like, oh, like there's enough content, but then there isn't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna wait and see. But from what I'm looking at, it does look like there's enough. It does look like there's enough. There's like a lot of content, and it looks good so far. So yeah, it looks good so far. So yeah. The physics and trick shots tomorrow, golf, super rush were on point. Yeah, the gameplay was good. I think some people were upset about the content. Maybe I think that was the issue with that game. But like I said, we'll see, man. That's fair. Honestly, I'm just gonna base off of what I've seen so far. Yeah, exactly. Like I trust your opinion too, Party Man. Like I'm not disregarding your opinion. I think your opinion's valid and good. So I'm thinking, okay, if Party Man's saying that there seems to be like there's enough, then yeah, maybe there's enough. So yeah. Golf trailers didn't look as good as this game, in my opinion. Okay, they didn't look as good. All right. Yeah, that makes sense too. That makes sense too. I thought it looked okay. But yeah, like I said, I could be wrong. I'm not a big Mario sports person. I'm not a big Mario sports person. So yeah. That's really what it comes down to. Agreed, Mario Tennis Fever looks exactly like I want for Mario Tennis. I love Aces, but the single player looks a certain type of way. I think he was trying to say single player looks but the single player looks good. Mechanics more interesting. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it looks good. Like I said, I hope it turns out really well. I hope everything works out good for the game. Justin with another 3.
I understand you have Mario Sports PTSD just like Titanic Cyan. Lol.
To be honest, I really don't. I personally don't have it. I just I'm just saying, like, I see other people like what happened. So I just don't want to jump the gun. But yeah, it looks good though. Like my own personal opinion is that it looks like it has enough. But I've said that before. So I mean, like I want to wait, but yeah. I think it looks okay. Hey, what's up, Velvet with the 97 months of Ambu tier. Thank you so much. It says almost the big 100, baby. This is for you, OJ. Much love. Hey, shout outs, Velvet. Shout outs, V. Appreciate you, young lady. Thank you. Yeah, I see what you're saying too, DJ King. Like people wanted that with Nintendo. I don't know these days, bro. I don't know. You with your take though, especially when it comes to free updates. Street Fighter 6 updates cost money every year. Yeah. The only question remaining with me and Mario Tennis Fever is the length of the single player campaign. I'm guessing it's no longer than like 5 hours or so. It's probably like 5 to 6 hours. That's what I'm guessing. I don't think it's going to be super long. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be a really really long single player campaign or anything like that, But we'll see. We will see. When it comes down to that, at this point, I honestly just want Mario Power Tennis, Mario Baseball on GameCube, NSO. People have been talking about Mario Baseball. If they want to bring Mario Baseball back or whatever, or if they're gonna bring Mario Baseball back and stuff like that. So I don't know. There's been a lot of people talking about that. So yeah, we'll see. Definitely one of the longest tenured. Can't deny that, Velvet. You're out here. You are out here, Velvet. I appreciate you too. We all appreciate you, like always, So we appreciate you coming through, Velvet, for real. We appreciate that. Top 3 JRPG protagonists. I haven't thought about that. I'd have to think about it pure psychotic. Yo, Dane with the dollar dono. Shout out to Dane. Thank you for the big dollar. Let me read off your message here. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it. But you said JRPG protagonist? Yeah, I don't know, man. I like Chrono. He's awesome. I like Shulk. He's awesome. I like, you know, I like Matthew from Future Redeemed. I like a lot of people, but I don't know about my top 3. Maybe I'll make a top 10. Maybe I'll make a video. Dame with the dollar says, I'm new to Fire Emblem, so I just started 3 houses to get into the franchise and prep for Fortune's Weave. It seems like the best Fire Emblems were on 3DS though, so I'm curious, do you have a ranking of the best Fire Emblem games playable on Switch 2? I don't have a ranking of the best Fire Emblem games playable on Switch 2 because there's NSO games mixed with obviously the releases. I think Awakening is, some people say that's the best Fire Emblem game, but some people say that no, Path of Radiance. It depends. Like, Fire Emblem is split into 2 types of fans. You have, or 3 types really. You have all-encompassing fans that like old and new. You have old school fans that like just the old, and you have the new school fans that like just the new. So that's Awakening and up. So it depends on who you talk to. Some people will talk to, they'll say the best game is Path of Radiance on the GameCube. That's the best Fire Emblem game, and they'll swear and die by Path of Radiance. Some people will do that. Some people will swear and die by Awakening. Some people will swear and die by 3 Houses. There's a lot of people that think that 3 Houses is the best one. So really, it just depends. It really just depends, man. Like, I don't know. For me, 3 Houses and Awakening are the best Fire Emblem games. I would say 3 Houses, Awakening, then maybe like, I like Conquest and Birthright, or more like Conquest, Fire Emblem Fate's Conquest. I like that a bit more than Path of Radiance, but I'd probably put Path of Radiance there. I'm more of a new Fire Emblem guy than I am an old Fire Emblem guy, but I like all of the Fire Emblem games, you know? So yeah. Let's see here. She hit the super tier, I can tell you that right now. The advanced, you know, the advanced tier for sure. A ranking for Fire Emblem on Switch 2, Fire Emblem 3 Houses 1, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Fire Emblem Engage, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. Yeah, there's a lot of them. It just depends on what, like, you know, what you're looking for in a game. Usually newcomers to Fire Emblem like the newer games more because the older games are really punishing. They're pretty difficult and like a bit obtuse at times. The new games are more welcoming to newcomers, you know? So yeah. For me, it's easy. Rex, Rhine, and Ryza. My favorite JRPG protagonist. There you go. I'd have to think about it. I don't really think about stuff like that, like who's my favorite protagonist in games. Like, I think about my favorite games, but I don't think about favorite protagonists, like, individually. I do like Lucina, though. I am a fan of Lucina. I like Sheik, but she's not really a JRPG, but I like Sheik. I like Princess Zelda. I like, you know, there's quite a number of characters I like, you know? I just haven't thought about it like that. So yeah, that's kind of my my thought process on that, at least, you know. What's the defining factors that separate new and old school Fire Emblem? Difficulty. Difficulty. Old school Fire Emblem games are more difficult than new school Fire Emblem games in terms of, like, old school Fire Emblem games don't give you as many options. So old school Fire Emblem games, they don't have like rewinding the time. They don't have like the casual mode where like units can come back after they die. They don't have like a lot of things that made the newer games easier to play. So like certain features and things, like in the newer games, you can rewind. Like if you make a bad move, you can rewind. You can, if a unit dies, you can bring them back. Like there's all sorts of stuff. Cybertrust with another $10 dono, Jojo!
Having played Fire Emblem for a while now, 3 Houses surprisingly ended up in my top 3. I really enjoyed it a lot. I'm excited for Fortune's Weave. Yeah.
Yo, big love. Thank you so much, yo, Cyber Taurus getting the carry right now. Yo, $20, you are now the Hulk Hogan. Anybody that's 20 more, you can beat up my man Cyber Taurus. On one board, actually both boards. Because he's the 10. Justin's still awesome though. Justin's still awesome. I just accidentally, it was supposed to be Cyber Taurus on there on the Ninja board. Shout out to Cyber Taurus, man. Thank you so much for the support. Shout out to Justin though. Justin right there with the 18. right behind Cybertaurus. So I appreciate you guys, man. Seriously, Justin Cybertaurus, you guys always represent the Elite Ninja Village. Thank you so much. Yo, give some combo breaks for him. Combo breaks for Velvet. Combo breaks for all the people that come here all the time, man. A lot of you guys are here every single day. I appreciate the freaking viewership. Seriously, thank you. 9 combos away from the Platinum extension to 94 on the board. Yo, we out here. Favorite antagonist is even more interesting. Yeah, that'd be nice. Top 10 favorite protagonists and antagonists. I don't know. That'd have to be a video that I have to think, like, you know, think about a lot. Thing is, old school Fire Emblems on NSO have save states. That's true. They do have save states, yeah. If you want to use those. Yeah, that's true. You can save state before every single move. You can easily save state before. So, yeah, they kind of have like a built-in, you know, but people are talking about playing the games on like the original hardware, you know, like if you're playing, let's just say Path of Radiance on an actual GameCube, you know, they're judging it in that sense. Because I mean, obviously, if you're playing on an emulator, you can save state on the emulator too, you know. Let's see, OJ, the biggest difference with the old Fire Emblem games that JRPGs, like the new Fire Emblem games, are like The Sims? Not really, because if you look at, like, let's say Fire Emblem 4, Genealogy of the Holy War, that's where they got the ideas for the newer games. You're talking about, like, actually talking with units and kids and things like that. That's not a new thing. That's an old thing. That's an old thing. That is from Fire Emblem, and also, like, Thracia and some of the older games have those mechanics in there. The things that they remove them for the Fire Emblem games, like for the GBA and for the GameCube, those were removed features that they used to have. The old Fire Emblem games, before Sacred Stones, before Path of Radiance, had kids and had relationships and had stuff like that. They all had them. The older games did. But it was removed for some of the like I said, the GBA games, the GameCube, Radiant Dawn. They removed it and then they added it back in because they said, like, with Awakening, they were like, we need to sell this game. So what they did is that they looked at all the Fire Emblem games, they looked at all the features, they looked at all the different stuff, and then they said, okay, we are going to do our best. You know, we are going to do our best overall, you know, to add all the features that we can for this game. We're going to add what we can. This is like, if we're going to go out, we're going to go out big. So they brought back kids. They brought back a lot of the features that were there beforehand. So that was really just a play on the old features that they used to have. So yeah. Hey, what's up? Hey, Clue for Press. What's up, fam? Welcome. How you doing today, man? Good to see you. Long time no see, brother. Good to see you here. Shout outs. Shout outs. Shout outs to Clue for Prez, long time Elite Ninja, old school. Appreciate you seeing here. Appreciate seeing you here, man. What's up, Clue? How you been, man? How's your family? How was the holiday, brother? GTA 5 next 2027. I mean, maybe they've talked about potential delay, but we're gonna have to wait and see, you know. Hey, what's up, Gloria? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Good to see you here as well. Shout outs. Shout outs to all the homies rolling through. Big love to all the viewers, man. 100+ people watching. Appreciate you guys coming out. Hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button yet, hit that like button. Let them know that we're streaming. Let's go. So, yeah. It is all good. This is some good music too. What's up? I just got off work. Hey, what's up, David? Welcome, man. How you doing today? Good, bro. Thanks for asking. All I do is work. Hey, bro. That's kind of how it is, man, in today's day. That's what you got to do. BQ says, I always liked a Fire Emblem. I'm ashamed to admit I didn't know it was a Nintendo IP for a long time. I just knew it was on their console and I loved it. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, Fire Emblem was an IP that felt like it wasn't a Nintendo IP because it was so different from everything else that Nintendo did. So I don't think you were alone in that, Bead Queen, right? So listen, Bead Queen, there's nothing to feel ashamed about because Intelligent Systems was, one, not a Nintendo first-party developer. Number two, the creator of Fire Emblem Nintendo, they hate I mean, hate might be a strong word, but they had a big problem in terms of, if you haven't seen the origins of Fire Emblem and what happened to the creator of Fire Emblem, watch the documentary or watch the retrospective. Oh my goodness, that's kind of crazy. Like what he did and, you know, how Nintendo acted, like kind of crazy. He decided he was going to go to PlayStation and make a Fire Emblem for them. Nintendo was like, no. so it's not like Nintendo paraded this IP as if it was a Nintendo first party game. I think they do share some joint ownership of it, but Fire Emblem it's a little bit of a weird cookie. It's definitely a first party IP, but Nintendo has been working with Intelligent Systems as a pseudo first party for like 40 years or something like that. So it's been pretty crazy. But a lot of people didn't think that it was because it's so different from other Nintendo games. And Nintendo didn't localize everything. Sometimes you would get one, sometimes it would take longer to get it. The marketing was kind of weird with it. Like they really didn't treat it like other first party games a lot. So yeah. New images for the purple Joy-Con controls and Nintendo Switch 2 February 12th. Surprising. Yeah, we talked about that as well. It was interesting. Not necessarily the best color scheme in my opinion, but still something, you know? Fortune's Weave is my most anticipated game this year. Yeah, it's definitely a highly anticipated game for myself as well. Definitely a highly anticipated game. Fire Emblem is goated franchise. It really is a goated franchise. It really is. It's a really good franchise. Like, it's not for everyone, and that's fine. Every franchise isn't for everyone. But Fire Emblem just does, it like pushes all the right buttons. It just has a certain style and way to it that I really just enjoy. And I think is really good, you know, and I think is just really, really, really good. So, yeah. If you want to look up the lawsuit in about Fire Emblem creator, look up Tier Ring Saga. Yeah, just look up, or there's another video that says why Nintendo hates the Fire Emblem creator. There's also a video like that. So there's quite a number of different reasons. So yeah. Sorry, by the way, I totally get your viewpoint as well. Camelot has yet to prove the release of modern Mario sports game without the issues and content-free updates. Oh, well, no. Like I said, my issue, I think it looks good, guys. I think Mario Tennis looks good. I'm just waiting to see. But once again, it's not because I don't believe you guys out there. Like, I see what I see. I see the content and all. I see what I see, you know? So I think there's enough there too. But let's see how the people react once the game comes out. So... let's see. My niece fell in love with Three Houses. Yeah. Three Houses is great. Three Houses is fantastic. Hey, what's up, Shaw X? I like Digimon, but damn, their way of trying to monetize things is insane. What, Digimon Story, Time Stranger? What are they doing that? Like all the DLC and stuff in there, or what? When do you think Fortune's Weave will come out? Yeah, I think Fortune's Weave is going to be a summer game. So I think it's going to be probably around... May to maybe like June, July, maybe July. I think it's gonna come out July. I think July is a good spot for it. So yeah, I'm gonna say July. So that's what I'm gonna say. July could be it. So yeah. I've seen some reception so far from peeps. We shall see when the game drops. Okay, let's check out the what people are saying on the actual trailer, like on the actual trailer for the game. People are just saying this is the first game to feature Diddy playable after the redesign. This game makes me want Mario Baseball. Basically a fighting game. Okay, Purple Kraken says, it's so nice to see Nintendo finally listen to complaints about the recent sports games. There looks to be a lot of content in this game. I really hope it holds up well. So that has 1.6 thousand likes on the video. So yeah, that has 1.6 thousand likes. So I think that it's safe to say that people feel like there's, at least from that overview trailer, there's enough content for right now. You know, so yeah. I'm trying to look at some more comments here. Hey, at least Diddy Kong is playable. He's been missing. Luma Lee. The way the babies are positioned make me think Daisy Baby. Okay, they're just talking about babies in the game. Okay, so another person says here, finally, a Mario sports game packed with content and fun gimmicks. That has 511 likes. So we've got like 2,000 people that agree so far. 2,000 people that have watched this trailer from Nintendo's actual whatever, like, page, that they agree that the game has enough content, or it looks like it has enough content. So they said the adventure mode is essentially Super Mario Daima. Oh man. Another person says, I don't think I've ever had my indifference for an upcoming release to a full 180 before this, because the trailer is actually making me excited for the game. Okay. So that didn't have as many likes, but still, someone said that it's looking good. Somebody else said, this is how you do it, Mario sports game. So yeah, it looks more positive than negative. I don't see any crazy comments so far. I mean, it's trending number 24. It's got over 300, nearly 400,000 views, and it's got 3,000 plus comments, 3,364 comments. So, I mean, I don't know. Mario Tennis Fever might be a little bit more of a spark than maybe some people are going to give it credit for. So yeah. So far from reading the comments from the video and X, it seems that the overall consensus, some complaints here and there about price of wanting Mario Baseball. Yeah, the price is going to be something that I think that the price is something that I wish it was 60, to be honest. Shout outs to Shinru, man. Take it easy, man. Have a nice night. I wish it was 60, or you know what? I'd even say this. Man, if they just came out and said, yo, Mario sports games, 50 bucks, free updates too, and just don't ever price drop it though. It's just 50, right? I think that would be such a move to where people would be like, okay, wait, hold up here. You know, but I mean, obviously they're not going to do that, but I think that'd be interesting if they did say, hey, look, you still get all the content that you get at launch. I'm not saying that they should remove content and just do free updates, but if they just said 50 bucks, we're probably not going to price shop this game though. It's just going to be no sales. It's just going to be 50 bucks for forever. But, you know, you get all the content, everything's all complete, and then maybe we'll add stuff in the future. I think that would be interesting too, but they're not going to do that. But yeah, I wish it was 60. I mean, at the bare minimum, I wish it was 60. I think for like Mario spin-off games, I don't know if 70 should be the move. Me personally, I feel that the move for like, okay, big 3D Mario, sure, you want to go 70, okay. Big 3D Zelda, you know, big Animal Crossing, big Pokemon, whatever. I get that for the 70. But for like spin-offs, like Mario Sports spin-offs and like WarioWares and, you know, things like that, that should probably be more like a 50 or 60, right? That should be more like a 50 or 60. So I wish it was 60 at the bare minimum, you know. But, you know, whatever at this point, right? Let's see here. I'm actually okay with them not announcing free updates. Yeah, I mean, like, and the thing about it is that you don't have to buy it day one either. Like, Mario sports games get discounts. Like, Nintendo does do price drops and discounts on those. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me just 1 second, guys. My wife needs. I bought this nice jacket from Costco. It's like a Banana Republic jacket, and it's nice and warm. And like my wife likes wearing it now, so she wanted me to get it for her because she's gonna go out and get some stuff with the boy. So give me 1 second. Let me get that jacket for her, okay, guys? I gotta be a good husband and get her the jacket because it's actually cold. Nice jacket. Nice Banana Republic. Nice jacket. I like it. We both wear it, so it's a nice jacket. It kind of smells like, you know, a girl, but that's okay. It's fine. I still wear it. My boy was a little like, "What are you doing, Dad? Come over here. Let's go." I'm like, "No, I'm not going. She's going." All right. So I don't know if I feel I feel tough though. The labor should be respected, and if they value at 70, I'll pay 70 if I can enjoy endless hours. Yeah, I mean, if they're paying their employees good, guys, and they're, you know, and they're not laying people off a lot, and, you know, for the most part, there's some issues here and there, but for the most part, Nintendo's, you know, they're paying their people good. They're paying their developers good. Camelot's doing this, so I'm guessing Camelot got a nice contract, you know, pay their developers well. So it's one of those things where it's like the give and the take, you know? Apparently, Microsoft is going to be laying off a bunch of people because of AI coming up pretty soon here. So, you know, but I guess you get good deals on games every now and then, right? So it's like it's always a balancing act, man. It's always like there's good and bad with each one of them. So yeah, it kind of is what it is. Let's see here. But I see what you're saying, Alvin. You know? I don't buy Mario sports game, but Fever looks good, so I don't mind waiting on sale. Yeah, you can wait. They'll definitely discount it. Like, you wait for, like, summer or, like, holiday. You'll be like, oh, Mario Tennis Fever. You can get it for, like, you know, they'll probably say it's, like, $51, or they'll get it for, like, 60 or something. They'll definitely... Because, like, Mario Tennis got multiple discounts. Or if you just wait for physical, like, Mario Tennis Aces, that got all sorts of physical discounts. Like, that game was down to like $30 at times. Like, it's back up to being expensive, but you can get loose copies of Mario Tennis Aces for 30 something, 40. So yeah, you'll be able to find it for cheaper. So yeah, you'll definitely be able to find it for cheaper at some point, you know, down the line. I think. All right, hold up. I got way too many windows open, guys. My whole stream is gonna stall out if I keep on doing this. So here we go. All right. So yeah, it looks like Mario Tennis Fever is looking good. A lot of people think it's looking good. $70 is fair. They have no competition for arcade sports games. You can get more hours out of a competitive arcade game over a single player anyway. Yeah, that's also true. That's true. You can't. I mean, if you play the game and you put 300 hours into the game, then it'll be worth the $70 for you or whatever, right? Or if you put 100 hours plus into the game. So yeah. What's up, J Views? Welcome, brother. How you doing today? Shout outs, fam. All right. About to play some Cyberpunk? Let's go. Yeah, Cyberpunk on Switch 2. Let's go. Let's see here. Some people are saying early February for the first direct. It's a possibility. Yeah, I think February is a good time. I think, you know, a good time for the direct would probably be like right before maybe Mario Tennis. I mean, I think that would make sense. Like right before you do the direct, the game's coming up. So Mario Tennis comes out February 12th. So I think a direct on February 10th makes a lot of sense. A direct on February 10th makes a lot of sense. Like right before Mario Tennis Fever comes out. Boom, right there. That makes a lot of sense. Or they can do earlier than that. Yo, Cyber Torch with another triple JoJo.
Mario Tennis looks good. I'm excited to try it out. Also, the Dragon Quest VII Reimagined demo looks really good. I like this as a change up from the HD 2D. Just downloaded it and getting into it.
Yes, it's a bit slow to start out, but it's very good. I think that it's awesome. And, you know, I'm probably going to do a video on this game. I might do a video on this game, but this is exactly what I was talking about when it comes to Switch 2. This is exactly what I was talking about. We don't need the biggest, we just need non-crusty AA games.
I had a goofy thought.
You know?
What if some of the negative Switch 2 talk is from people who used to love to make the Switch version will be like a PS2 game, joke. Lol, just a goofy, not serious thought.
I mean, it could be. I think most people like the Switch 2. I think a lot of people want to get one, and I think that it's going to do really well in the future, and it's going to continue doing well. I think this is just part of the course, because the same type of talk was with Switch 1. DJ King, he was here, Party Man was here. How many people came to the streams or online talk about how bad Nintendo is in the Switch 1 era? Like, it happened, and that was with way less games, way less announcements, way less everything. So, like, I think it's one of those things to where it's just like the rite of passage for, it's like hazing. Like when you, I don't know, it's like when you join like a fraternity or something, like when you get a swirly or they make you do weird stuff to join. It's like the rite of passage for Nintendo when it comes to new systems on the market. It just happens. Part of it is their own doing with some of the business decisions, but a lot of it is just people being schizos, you know, or just being weird or trolling or whatever the case is, right? Like a lot of it's that as well. Let's go, man. Yo, what's up, Dank? If they do it earlier than February 10th, February 3rd, the same day as Nintendo third quarter earning, the same day. I don't know if they're going to do it the same day, but that'd be interesting. Have they ever done it the same day before? Combo breaks, and of course, limit breaks. We hit the 100 platinum streak. Ayo! So yeah. Nintendo's been doomed. Yeah, doomed since 1889. That was the whole joke that people had online. They're always doomed. They're always this. So I think it's just the normal course of action. I think most people want to switch to. I think a lot of these people that are haters have low-key bought one or already got one, and then they can just, obviously they can grip and make more money off of it. But I mean, they all want one, because if they bought a Switch, and if you think the Switch is good, obviously you think the Switch 2 is going to be good. It's just a matter of getting something that you want. Getting a certain game that you want, getting the next big 3D Mario, or getting the next big Zelda game, or whatever, right? And with the Switch 1 era, you had that right at the beginning. You had a 3D Mario, you had a 3D Zelda within the first 7-8 months of the system's launch. Here, you don't have that. You have a lot of the, you know, re-releases and better performance and graphics and updates, so that's cool, but you don't have anything brand new just yet. So I think this year will be the year that at least 2 more S-tier games happen for the Nintendo Switch 2. So this will be the year that at least Nintendo Switch 2 gets 2 more S-tier games. So super system sellers. So we're looking at a 3D Mario and Animal Crossing, and not the Animal Crossing that's coming out in a couple of days, the upgrade, not that, but 3D Mario, Animal Crossing, Splatoon, you know, something along the lines of that, right? An S-tier system seller type of game. We right now the Switch 2 has about 1. I think Donkey Kong is an A-tier game. It's an A-tier system seller. It's a good one. It's going to help sell systems. It's great. Quality-wise, it's an S-tier game, but system selling-wise, it's a A-tier game. So I think that Mario Kart, that's the S-tier game that they have. They have 1 S-tier game. Everything else is A-tier and below. I think that with this year, you're going to have at least 2 to 3 S-tier games this year, and maybe even a few more A-tier games in terms of system selling capabilities. I don't know how Pokemon Pokopia is going to do. I don't think that's going to be like a big system seller, although I do think that it can carve out a really nice niche for itself. I think that the 2 games, 3D Mario, for sure 3D Mario, in addition to Pokemon, Gen 10 Pokemon, I think those are the 2 games that we're going to see from Nintendo for the fall holiday period that's really going to be big system sellers. There could be, like I said, a couple other B, C, or A tier type games that can help sell systems. We'll probably see that. Fire Emblem's more of like a B or C tier type system selling type of game, because you do have a good niche of people that will buy that will buy a System 4 Fire Emblem, but once again, it's a smaller niche of people. Like they bought the 3DS. 3DS sales were good when Fire Emblem came out. So, and 3DS and Switch 1 sales were good when Fire Emblem Three Houses launched. There was actually a nice bump up in sales for the summer period back in 2019. So I expect Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave to help get a little bump here. But once again, it's not going to be like a Mario Kart or even like a Donkey Kong. And I don't know if it'll even be like to the level of like a Kirby Air Riders when it comes to some things. It might not be. We'll see. We will see about that. But yeah, it should be good. But I mean, S tier, I just mean as like a tier chart. So S tier, yeah, S tier is like a system seller, like the quality of system seller. Any game can help sell systems. Not every game helps sell as many systems as other games. Mario Kart is an S tier system seller. It is a long-term S tier system seller that's going to help sell systems for a very long time. You know, Animal Crossing, S tier system seller. 2D Mario, S tier system seller. 3D Mario, S tier system seller. Pokemon, new gen Pokemon, S tier system seller. These are the biggest games, right? So right now, Switch 2 only has one, Mario Kart, which is fine. Donkey Kong's like an A tier. It's like right. It's a bit below it. It's a one tier below it. But yeah, I see them getting two S tier system seller games this year. With, like I said, 3D Mario and Pokemon. So yeah. Let's see here. If Grand Theft Auto 6 comes to Switch 2, the internet will break from the lunacy. I don't think it's coming to Switch 2 though. Not day in day. I think it's gonna be it looks like, based off the report from Jason Schreier, looks like it's gonna be a PlayStation thing. They're gonna base everything around PlayStation and drive PlayStation sales through Grand Theft Auto 6. I mean, maybe it comes later down the line, but yeah, I don't see it being a day and date thing, you know. They did a Nintendo Direct on February 8th, which was the same day as their third quarter earning, so it's possible at least in the same week for 2022. Oh, okay, cool. Nice, DJ King, like that. So they've done it. They've done it the same day. DJ King says they've done it the same day. So we'll see. Yeah, probably going to pass on Pocopia, especially since Cyber Teenage Daughter LOL wants to do the new island in Animal Crossing. Yeah, I mean, people are buying that upgrade. Like, that's like the #1 best-selling thing for the Switch 2 right now is the upgrade for Animal Crossing. So a lot of people are buying that upgrade for Animal Crossing. So I think that's going to be something that people just kind of buy instead. But I mean, if you're a Dragon Quest Builders fan, if you like Pokemon and Dragon Quest Builders, then I think that Pokemon Pocopia is probably a game that you might like. So, yeah. Yeah, speaking of Mario, 3D Mario. Curious, did Tomodachi Life shift for 3DS as I think that's slice of life game? I don't know. That's a weird one. I don't know the effect on that when it comes to the sales. I know that game was like a long burn game. It didn't light the world on fire right away. It picked up steam over a long course of time. It very much reminds me of the original Yokai Watch. Yokai Watch, when it first launched, wasn't anything impressive. The sales weren't anything crazy. And then all of a sudden, it just got way more popular as time went on. Yokai Watch just sold, the original Yokai Watch for the 3DS, just sold for a really long amount of time. That's what reminds me of Tomodachi Life. It was not a blazing system seller from the beginning. It just kind of word of mouth picked up and people just started playing it over the course of time. But it was clown when it first came out. People were like, okay, Tomodachi Life, like, what's this? You know? So yeah. Nintendo, I mean, Dean is ultimate Switch hater. He claims Nintendo is clear. He's a Nintendo fan. He's clearly glass sliding, straight fronting. I mean, I wouldn't really worry about him, Velvet. If you don't like his videos, then that's fine too. He's allowed to have his opinion, but you know, most of the time his opinion is wrong. So I mean, he said that the Switch 2 was going to sell like the GameCube or the Wii U. Clearly, it sold better. It's selling better, and it's going to outsell those systems. So I wouldn't really waste too much time worrying about somebody who clearly is just doing this for money at this point, or has some type of you know, vendetta or whatever against some of the decisions that they're making. He doesn't make things because he feels that way. It's a grift. So I wouldn't really worry too much about it if I were you, Velvet. Like I said, you know, a grifter's a grifter, and it's fine. People are allowed to have their opinions as well, you know? So yeah, I don't really worry about it. Don't hate him. There's no need to hate him. There's no need to hate him. There's no need to bring him up all the time. There's no need to watch his videos. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to watch it. But like I said, you have to remember people are doing certain things for, you know, for money. They're doing certain things because they have, you know, it's a way to get notoriety and publicity in the way too. So you have to think about that as well. Don't worry about it. You know, Velvet, it's not that big of a deal. I just hope that I'm right about the next 3 Mario, having Mario and Peach going on a co-op adventure. That'd be cool. I'd be down for it, man. I think that there's going to be something. I know Celia, she's really big on the thing about, you know, about, what's it called? About the next, it's going to be Mario Odyssey 2, you know? So yeah. Yeah, and I was saying, like I said, I don't think you should worry about grifters, Velvet, you know, don't worry about them. Once again, people who live their life in misery where they wake up and look for people to be angry at, look for videos to clip and steal and react to, look for, you know, people to just be upset at. I mean, it's a miserable life. They don't get to talk about what they actually like. They have to sit there and be angry about something every single day, or be mad about something every single day. It's actually a pitiful, and honestly, you should pity that type of life, because I would hate to be that type of content creator where I gotta wake up and be angry about something, or I gotta be mad about something every single day. I gotta seek out people that I don't like, videos of people that I don't like, just to react to them so I can make pennies on YouTube, so I can scrape by on YouTube. That just seems like a miserable existence to me. That's just my own personal opinion. If I were you guys, I would focus on enjoying stuff that you like. Obviously, you can talk about the good and the bad. We do that here. But focus on stuff that you like. If you're going to be a content creator, focus on stuff that you want to talk about, stuff that you like. Don't focus on people that you don't like. Don't focus on content that you don't like. Don't waste your time being miserable creating YouTube videos, because I'm going to tell you something right now, man. That's not fun. These people can sit here and act like they have no problem. This stuff affects their mental. There's no way. There's no way you're sitting here. Gaming is supposed to be about fun. But when you're waking up every single day, finding something to be upset about, it no longer becomes fun. It becomes weird. It becomes weird, and it becomes annoying, you know, where you take it personal.
The next mainline Kirby game is going to be huge in Japan after seeing what Air Riders has done.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be... So yeah, don't worry about it, guys. Like, stop worrying about people who wake up miserable every single day, you know, who wake up and look to be upset about something. It just seems like a weird flex to me, man. It seems like a really weird flex. But hey, if that's the type of life they want to live, I can't police that. Live that life, enjoy it. If that's what you want to do, I'm just glad that I can wake up every single day and say, yo, I like this about Nintendo Switch 2. I can talk about it good, the bad. I can talk about it balanced and normal, and I can talk about stuff that I love. I can talk about gaming that I love. I don't got to mention a single person. I don't got to make any reaction videos to people that I don't like. I don't got to make any negative videos about Xbox, or negative videos about PlayStation 5 sales, or negative video. Like, I don't got to do any of that, because that's not what I do. That's not how how I operate and how I get views. So I'm just happy that I never went down that route, so I don't got to wake up miserable every single day and looking for things to be upset at, or looking for things to be negative about. That just seems like a tainted, cursed existence, and a cursed way to become a content creator. But hey, and like I said, for pennies, it's not even like these people are getting millions of views or getting like hundreds of thousands of views. It's for a couple thousand views to a couple hundred views. It's for pennies. It's for legitimate pennies. You know, so yeah, hey, couldn't be me, but for other people, that's fine. Do what you're gonna do. Exactly. Toxic people aren't worth the time or energy it takes to, exactly. It's not even worth it. So yeah. Not even worth it. Waiting for Joy-Con 2 having actual color, not off so the black invert color scheme for MSRP of 100. Yeah, me too. I don't think I'd even buy a Joy-Con color scheme, even if it was different, or even if it was full. I probably still wouldn't buy it, just because I'm not big. I don't really need different color Joy-Cons, and if I really wanted different color Joy-Cons, I'm gonna customize them the way that I want to. So like, I'm gonna go to like Color Wave, or I'm gonna go to somewhere, I'm gonna get them like really customized where they look really cool. I'm probably not gonna do it through Nintendo, to be honest. Like, I'll probably do like, and spend a bit more and get something like a Super Nintendo color scheme, or like something dope, you know. I'd probably do something all out if I really was really gung-ho about different color schemes for Joy-Cons. But I think they'll do some other actual colors. I think even this year we'll probably get different color Joy-Cons, probably like with the new Mario game, or maybe even at the new Mario the Mario Day. I think Mario Day we could probably get some Mario Galaxy or Mario Red Joy-Cons. I think that's a possibility. We could even get a Switch 2, a special edition Mario Switch 2. I think that's a possibility too for Mario Day. So yeah. Some people are only happy when they are miserable. At least they try to act like they are. Oh yeah, the toxic YouTubers want to control you on YouTube, so they make a video on you, then you respond so they can get more content. That's how it was during the video response YouTube era. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. It's like baiting you to try to do something, like to react to them, or baiting you to react to their vids so it can prop up their crusty channels. But if you don't actually react to their vids, or if you don't actually react to what they say, or if you just say I don't watch nothing that you do, they won't ever get that actual publicity that they're looking for, that true publicity they're looking for, of you putting them on your channel and people being able to see what they're saying. Like, they won't get that. So I don't ever give anybody that type of respect. You know what I'm saying? If it's a smaller content creator that has something to say about me, I don't care. You can make whatever video you want. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do that. I personally don't do that. And a lot of big content creators, that's the one thing that they tell you. Like, if you talk to other content creators, because we talk, and it's everybody gets stuff put out on them, right? And the one thing that we always say is, yo, man, don't ever put them on your screen. You start putting them on their screen and giving them some validity to what they say, even if it's whatever, right? That's when they win. Like, so you can say, I don't care about it. You can say whatever, but don't ever give them the pleasure, because that's what they want. They want you to put them on their screen. And I ain't putting none of them on my screen. I ain't putting none of them on my channel. I ain't putting none of them on my screen, because that's what they want. They want that publicity because they're clout chasing, they're grifting, they're looking for a come up, they're looking for a way to get better. They're talentless when it comes to actually having conversation about video games. That's normal. A lot of these people are hacks. They're talentless and they're hacks. They've got to talk about something that's provocative, or something that's angry, or something that's mad, or they're whatever about something. That's the whole thing. Because like I said, they're talentless hacks. They can't talk about game reviews. They can't keep a conversation going on normal stuff or what they like, because they're boring. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't know what they're talking about, or they barely play video games. They barely play them, or don't play enough. I mean, so that's the reason why they have to go this route, because it's more entertaining for themselves or for their audience. So don't give them the attention to actually put them on your channel. So that's something that I ain't doing, you know. Let's see. What up, OJ? Happy New Year. Nintendo has some crazy surprises for us this year. Yeah, there's gonna be some good stuff. I don't, like I said, I don't, Velvet, I don't care. He can make every video he wants. I mean, he can do it till the cows come home. Nobody cares. I haven't responded to a single thing. So I haven't responded back, because that's what he wants. So I'm not going to do that. I wish him the best of luck with this channel. I wish him the best of luck of whatever he wants to do. And, you know, I hope his $15 of ad revenue per video, or $10 of ad revenue per video, I hope he enjoys it. Hopefully he can buy some games with that, or buy some indie games, or, you know, buy some, I don't know, buy some McDonald's or something, whatever revenue he's getting, whatever revenue he's making off of it. I hope those scraps, I hope those pennies help, you know? Let's hear, what's up, Nico, the Toon Disney, what's up, man? Yeah, we actually watched the whole Mario Tennis Fever trailer. We watched all that, so yeah. I wonder what the huge heavy hitters will be for the Switch 2, like how Switch 1 had Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild. You wonder. It's going to be Zelda and it's going to be Mario. It's like it always is. It's going to be Zelda, it's going to be Mario, it's going to be Pokemon, it's going to be Animal Crossing. It's going to be the same stuff it always is. So, yeah, it's the same stuff. So, you think they're not going to make a new 3D Mario game? You think they're not going to make a new Zelda game? They're going to make the same heavy hitters they always make. Those have been the heavy hitters for decades now. It ain't changing. Let's see here. Thank you, Velvet. I appreciate that. Gonna finish that nice. Yo, what's up, Julie? Shout outs, thank you. Is Dragon Quest 7 a standalone story? Do you need to play? Nah, you don't need to play the other Dragon Quests. Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 are connected, but Dragon Quest 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the upcoming 12. You don't need to play any of the other ones to... They're all kind of individual side stories, with the exception of the first 3 and maybe a couple other ones that I'm missing. Some of the spin-offs and stuff like that. Maybe the Dragon Quest Joker's games and stuff like that. But no, like it's a standalone. It's a new character with the new world, new thing, new everything. So yeah, it's like Final Fantasy in some respects. So standalone, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is and it isn't. Like, you don't have to know anything about 3 in order for you to play. Like, it's a new, once again, it's a new characters, new everything from 11 and 3. So, I mean, not really. You don't really need to know. I mean, sure, there's some ties back and there's some things with some of them, sure. But you know, it's not like it's Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. You know, it's not like it, or it's not like it's Xenosaga, you know, 1, 2, and 3, or whatever. It ain't like that. Yes, yes, I know. Dragon Quest 1 through 3, then Dragon Quest 11. Yes, I know. But you can play Dragon Quest 11 as a standalone, whereas Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3, those ones obviously you want to play 3 first, then you want to play 1, then you want to play 2. That's the order for the original Dragon Quest. Yes, connection. Yes, I know. But the connection is almost like a Xenosaga to Xenoblade. It's like that. It's like you can still play it and be fine, but if you just started on Xenosaga 3, that'd probably be a problem for you if you didn't play 1 or 2 first. Or if you just started on Xenoblade 3, sure, you can do it, but you should probably play Xenoblade 1 and 2 first, you know, so. 3D Mario, 3D Zelda, Smash, New Mario Party, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, Gen 10 Pokemon, Splatoon, 3D Donkey Kong, Mario Kart already released. There's their Big 10, yeah. Yeah, like, what's coming up, Jackson? 3D Mario, 3D Zelda, Smash, brand new Mario Party, brand new Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, brand new Gen 10 Pokemon, brand new Splatoon. That's 8 games right there. Yeah, that's 8 games that they still need to release in terms of, and like you can even say like 2D Mario is kind of a big driver there. I don't know when they're gonna have a new 2D Mario ready though, because Wonder just came out and they're releasing the Switch 2 edition, so that's probably gonna be a while. But 2D Mario is also another big one as well, so you can add that into the list. So about 9 upcoming throughout the generation big, you know, you're gonna want to get about 2 of those out per year, the S tier system sellers. Now the A tiers, the Donkey Kongs, obviously the, you know, the other games that they do have. I mean, Splatoon, it's like a S tier in Japan, but here in the US it's more like an A tier. But yeah, Splatoon's gonna be another big one. We'll see what they do with third party, or they'll see what they do with other companies. I mean, the Dust Bloods could be like an A tier or a B tier type system seller game. So there's definitely more. There's definitely more that they can do. There's definitely other franchises that they have. And we'll see, you know, we'll kind of see how it goes along, you know, and see what happens there. Exactly. Fire Emblem Awakening, having, I mean, if you know the original Fire Emblem, like, oh, it's the legendary hero Marth. Okay, well, I mean, if you haven't played the original Fire Emblem, or you don't know who Marth is, and obviously, you know, what's going on there. But yes, there are huge connections between the original Fire Emblem and Awakening, you know, so it's kind of like that in some way, you know, as well. But you don't have to play the original Fire Emblem game to really enjoy Awakening. Like it's self-contained for the most part. And a wild card, Ring Fit Adventure, or Switch Sports. I think Switch Sports, I can see them doing a Nintendo Switch Sports 2. I can see them doing a Nintendo Switch Sports 2. I can see them doing that, and that being probably an interesting you know, an interesting game nonetheless, you know. I think that can definitely be something that they do as well. Marth is just the dude. Sadly, Dustbloods probably won't be one I get into. My life is crazy, not super multiplayer compatible. Yeah, we'll see. But I mean, like I said, there's a lot of FromSoft fans that are big into that type of thing. So maybe that's something for them as well, you know. But yeah, Mario Tennis Fever, man, it is surprisingly doing really well. So yeah, it is surprisingly doing really well. People are maybe it's not that surprising. But it's interesting to see, you know? It's interesting to see nonetheless. The benevolent supreme leader, Wah, has graced the chat. Yo, shout out to the great Wah. Appreciate you, fam. Let's go. What up, the great Wah? The Great Y is here. So yeah. Really hope we get a big Kirby game eventually, similar to the scope of Mario Odyssey. When the first trailer dropped for Kirby Forgotten Land, I thought it would have been that. I mean, that's essentially their big 3D game though. Like that's it. I mean, I don't think you're gonna get a game the scope and size of Odyssey, because Odyssey gets that scope and size because it's Mario and because of the sales numbers. So I mean, I doubt they're gonna make a Kirby game that big because the budget and the time just isn't there. But you're gonna get a big 3D Kirby game. You're probably gonna get a Forgotten Land sequel or something similar to that, maybe a bit bigger. But yeah, I mean, don't compare it to Odyssey. I don't think that's not a good comparison. You should just try to accept that you're gonna get the best playing Kirby game that you can. Not like, oh, it's got to be as big as Odyssey. Odyssey's really annoying at times. Kirby is actually somewhat more fun to play than Odyssey when it comes to certain things. So don't expect that. Just expect a really good Kirby game. But don't expect Odyssey level of size and scope, because Mario sells, 30 million units. Kirby sells 8 million units or 7 million. So don't expect it to be as the size of Odyssey. But yes, Forgotten Land was huge for Kirby. Forgotten Land was massive. It was a big game. I mean, it was much bigger than most Kirby games. But don't expect a Kirby game to be the size of Odyssey. That's just something that's probably not going to happen. I mean, HAL obviously isn't as good as the Mario team, and they're not going to spend that type of money on a Kirby game. I mean, you need serious cash and time to do that, and they're not going to do that with Kirby. It just doesn't sell that type of way. But we'll see what happens, though. I'm expecting Kirby, the next big Kirby game, to be, good. It's going to be bigger than Forgotten Land. But yeah, don't expect the Odyssey size thing. That's a little bit too much. Yeah, I'm surprised that Mario Tennis Fever the views are as good as they are. I'm a little surprised, so I'm a little surprised on that. What if Kirby is like Astrobot? Wow, Kirby like Astrobot. You talk like the scope and size of an Astrobot. Astrobot is, yeah, somewhere between like a it's got less content than like a Super Mario 3D World, but it reminds me of like a budget Galaxy almost. Not even like a budget Galaxy, but like not even as in depth as Galaxy. So a bit less than Galaxy, but Galaxy was like a tier 1 AAA type Nintendo experience back in 2007 and 2010. So it's not quite up to the level of Galaxy. So I kind of see it as like a 3D World, somewhere between maybe Kirby, Forgotten Land, and 3D World. I think Astrobot's kind of in there, content wise and stuff like that. Now quality, obviously, it can be better than all those games. You can say that it's better, but just like content and size and scope, Astrobot's small in comparison. Astrobot is you can beat the game in like 4 or 5 hours. If you 100%, you can 100% the game in about 12 to 15 hours. Like, it's not super content rich. There's not a ton of upgrades and power-ups. You can't upgrade the power-ups. You can't do anything like it's pretty basic in scope. There's not movement options. Astrobot is very limited in comparison to a lot of Nintendo's platformers, even platformers from 20 years ago. Galaxy is far more in depth than Astrobot is, in terms of movement and size of the game, like content, how long does it take to beat the game, things like that. So I don't see it being. Kirby and the Forgotten Land has like a lot. That game can be long, especially post-game content. It has way more content than Astrobot. So it's hard to kind of place it because it doesn't even reach the standards of content-wise of 3D World or Super Mario or Kirby and the Forgotten Land. The next Astrobot should be much bigger. Yes, the next Astrobot, but this Astrobot is significantly bigger than any other Astrobot, so it was definitely better than the previous Astrobot games. So there was that. I'm telling you, this was not the same when we got Mario Tennis Aces and golf trailers in terms of people talking about the games. Fever got a different vibe. Yeah, Fever has a bit of a different vibe. I agree. It has a bit of a different vibe to the point to where, you know, like I want to maybe talk about it in a video. So yeah. So where they, you know, so this one has a little bit of a different vibe to it. It was nice to see Wonder Influence made its way to a sports game this soon. Do you think it can review higher than Aces? I mean, yeah. I mean, which it shouldn't be too hard to review higher than Aces, because Aces was not featuring content complete enough at launch. So if you're looking at it from I think Aces is like a 70, 78 or 75 or something. So Mario Tennis. Yeah, Aces is a 75. Yeah, so I don't think, I mean, that's one, you know, point lower for like a mixed, a yellow. So I don't think it's going to be too hard. Mario Tennis games don't get the best reviews, but they're not like bad. Like, there's been some pretty bad Mario Tennis like reviews, right? So Mario Tennis is not like a highly rated franchise. The highest rated one is Mario Tennis from the N64, which it was a brand new concept. But there was only 16 reviews for the game, you know, so only 16 reviews, but that's the best rated one. After that, I mean, Mario Tennis Aces is a 75. Mario Tennis Open on the 3DS is a 69. Very nice. It's a 69 for Mario Tennis Open. Ultra Smash is a 58. Mario Power Tennis, that's a bit better, 81. But that was a while ago. That game came out 21 years ago at this point, or going on 21 years ago. Mario Power Tennis Tour. Sorry, Mario Tennis Power Tour. Oh my gosh. Mario Tennis Power Tour. That got an 81. Mario Power Tennis. You just need more power. Oh my gosh. Mario Tennis Power Tour on the Game Boy Advance. That's the 81. Mario Power Tennis on the GameCube. That has an 80. So that has an 8 out of 10. So that was solid. But outside of that, yeah, that's really it, man. That is really it. There's not the Mario Tennis games are usually, you know, maybe 80, maybe 50, maybe 60, maybe mid 70s. But there isn't a lot of Mario Tennis games. There's only a handful. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6 games. Then this game coming up will be 7. They do one per a generation, right? It's like one per a gen. There was no Mario Tennis game on the Wii. They just did Mario Power Tennis New Play Control, if I'm not correct. So there was no real Mario Tennis game on the Wii. And on the Wii U. Oh no, there was Ultra Smash on the Wii U. There was Ultra Smash. So they never made a real tennis game. I think because they didn't want it to interfere with Wii Tennis. So Wii Sports. I think they were like, you know what? There's no need. We already got Wii Sports. That's the main game. People are buying that, or they're buying the system for it. We don't need Mario Tennis up from the Wii. But if you want to play a Mario Tennis game, play this bolted on Wii remote controls, waggle Wii remote controls. So yeah. I think it's named. I'm looking at it from the U.S. So from the U.S., it's called Mario Tennis Power Tour. That's what it's called. And then in the West, it's called Mario Power Tennis for the GameCube. So I'm looking at it correctly because it has the ESRB ratings for these boxes. So I'm looking at the box. It's been 7 going on 8 years since Mario Tennis Aces. Yeah, it's been a while, man. People don't realize how long it's been. It's been a long time. Mario Tennis Aces came out in early 2018. So 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Dude, it's been 8 years. It's been a legitimate 8 years. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I can't believe that it's been 8 years, party man. Holy smokes, that feels creepy and weird because that means I've known you for like more than 8 years plus, and it doesn't feel like I have. It doesn't feel like I've been rocking with you for 8 years. That just seems really creepy and weird. A decade, because as humans, don't want to get morbid or weird here. Like a decade is a good chunk of your life, and we don't live for like centuries. You know, we live for decades. So to say, oh yeah, it's been a decade, I'm like, oh, midlife crisis. I'm like, oh, I've been here arguing morons about Switch sales for a decade. What am I doing with my life? I'm like, oh, that one just hit me. They need to figure it out. Maybe for the future, figure out how to for people to live longer than 7 to 8 decades or so. They gotta get it to where it's around maybe a century and a half to 2. Goodness gracious, 1 decade. Oh, did that one just hit me right there? Oh man, yeah, it's been a while, man. Yeah, June 2018. Yeah, it's been that long, man. It doesn't feel like that because 2018, 2019 doesn't feel like a long time ago. But it is getting up there. 2018, like I even stumbled in my video talking about Astral Chain because I thought Astral Chain was like 4 or 5 years ago, but it's not. It was 2019. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. Astral Chain is going on a decade old. It's 7 years old this year, this summer. It'll be 7 years old, I think in August or so. So that's going on the uphill to or downhill to 10 years old. So it's like, man, it's crazy, you know? Blame COVID, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It feels like Sora came out not too long ago. But yeah. Crazy. The concept of time is so weird. It really is. It really is. I feel like life is just kind of like a blip sometimes. And it happens, it's good, it's no problem. And then it's gone, right? But the times that you have, like what we're doing here, while it does feel like it's went by kind of quickly, there's so many memories in between there that make me cherish it. I'm so happy to be in this time period. You know what I'm saying? It's like so great. I'm happy that I wasn't born like 100 years ago or 200 years in the future, because chances of us all being together here, it is literally impossible. The chances of all of us meeting up at this time period with our parents and our grandparents and our grandparents' parents and the parent, and for us to all be here right now, it is impossible. So I'm super thankful and appreciative for, you know, God putting me in this place right now for doing this, because it's crazy, right? We wouldn't have all the memories and all the stuff that we're gonna build too. It's not even just like it's done. Like there's still a lot. There's still more decades. There's still more to be had for years and years and years from now. Knock on wood, everybody be healthy and safe, you know? So that's the exciting thing about it. Like I said, I feel like it's been a long time, but I feel like I'm just getting going at the same time. Like I feel like, yes, I'm old, but I also feel like, wait a minute, I still have a lot to offer to the youngins. I still have a lot to offer to people my age. Like I still got a lot left in the tank. I'm a Prius right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not the most popular. Maybe I don't do the best. Maybe I don't make the most. But I got a lot left in the tank, baby. Like when you feel like I got a lot left. So I still feel that way, man. Like, I was talking to my wife about this too, you know, like I still feel, you know, I still feel like I've got a lot left to go with this, you know, this journey. So yeah. Yeah. 2018 being that long ago it's a oof. So yeah, it's all good though, man. Yeah, I'm not a Shulk main. I'm more of like a, I'm more of a, what's it called? I'm more of a Sheik main, more of a Sheik guy. So yeah, more of a Sheik guy. Mario Odyssey almost came out a decade. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Mario Odyssey came out 9 years ago, right? 2017. 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. It came out 9 years ago. It'll be 9 years later this year. It'll be 9 years. If you talk about calendar years, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. Calendar years, it did come out 10 years ago. From a calendar perspective, like that year counting it. You know, so yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So crazy. Oh my goodness, man. But no, I'm a Sheik, man. I like Sheik. I like Incineroar. I like Sheik. I like who else do I use? Joker. I like Wolf. So yeah. That's why I asked if they actually knew the community members who passed away, because that's how right this community gets. Yeah. I there was a few people, but there's been nobody that's like been here like super elite ninja. And like I said, I pray every night. I pray that doesn't happen. Right. I definitely make sure I all of you guys stay safe out there. Don't do anything crazy, because that's the last thing that I want. I want it to be like, oh yeah, we're all old. Okay, when we're old and like we've lived our life, but not anybody now. So yeah, stay safe out there, guys. Do your best. Be careful. Stay safe out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And you guys know me. I don't do anything. Okay? So it's like, it's so funny. Like when I see these people on like Twitter or on YouTube getting into fights and stuff, I'm like, how does this even happen? Like, it's like, I don't even stay long enough to fight anybody. As soon as something breaks out, I'm like Nightcrawler. I'm like, I turn into like a little shriveled, I turn into like a little beast. I scurry away. Like I scurry, man. I go running away. So I turn into Nightcrawler. As soon as I see something going, I don't grab up my phone and start filming. I'm out of there, brother. I am gone. I turn into freaking Roadrunner. I'm meet. I'm out. So like, and there's a few times where I've had to meet at it somewhere, So people sitting there, what's going on? Hell no, not me. Whoo, fast as lightning, bro. I got the Nikes on. That's why I wear the Nikes at all times. You never know. You never know when you're going to have to put your Nikes on, I've seen people run high heels, weird shoes, trip and fall, get caught, get punched. Can't catch me. I've never been caught in my life. I've been chased a bunch of, how many times I've been chased by people, by dogs, by people? Never lost. And I kid you not, I know that sounds like I'm crazy. Never been caught. Not a single time. Now, my brother, yes, he's caught me. That's different. Like, family members, okay. But outside people, never lost. Never been caught. Never. Not a single time. You put my life in danger. I'm telling you, I'm faster than Usain Bolt. I'm telling you, I'm running a world record 100-meter time. World record. You know how I know this? I had a buddy of mine who was always faster than me. Always faster than me. Or we were the same speed. We had a dog coming after us one time when we were younger. This was decades ago. I burnt him. He wasn't even near me. I had at least 2 car lengths on him. I'm like, all of a sudden I turned into perfect form. I'm pumping my arms. My knees are coming up. I'm bouncing on my toes. I'm turning into Usain Bolt, Michael Johnson. I am the fastest person. Justin Gatlin without the steroids. Like, I am turning into the fastest person in the world. You can't catch me. That's the one thing. Even now, I'm old. You still can't catch me. Never lost. Speedy Gonzalez. You can't catch me. So yeah. OJ, you've been in fights before? No? Yeah, Psycho Fly. This is why you running from your brother? I don't know. You might want to try to catch me. Like, because I said something or I did something, so he chased me. Never been chased by your brother before? Never been chased by family members? Yo, Cyber Taurus again with the late JoJo's. Justin and Cyber
Want
Taurus.
to see an epic run? Look up Laura Rutledge gets surprised by Chris Berman on YouTube.
Oh, I
you
did.
Get a chance, lol.
I did see that. That was interesting. I did see that, and it was great. It was like he did the "you gotta go all the way." Yeah, she was awesome. She's awesome. Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff. Run, Forrest, run. Yeah, run, Forrest Gump. Life's like a box of chocolates. That movie was so popular back in the day. People loved that movie, and I watched it and I was like, it's not that great. That's the first thing that I said after I watched that movie. It's not that great. That's people. Life was like a box of chocolates. That's all people said at school and stuff. I'm like, oh, I was gonna get a load of this guy before everybody else was. I did not think that movie was that great. Now, was it good? Yes, it was very good. But was it as great as people were trying to make it out to be? No, it was not. It was just, it was good though. It was good. It was good. But people were making it out to be like it was the greatest movie of all time when it came out. Like it was better than everything else, like everything else ever, you know? So that was the only issue. I think people were like making it seem as if it was just way better. I did play the Dragon Quest 7 demo. It's really good. So your hidden ability will be new ability, danger speed. Speed can increase the maximum in danger. Yeah, that's that. Everybody has latent skills, right? Latent talents. It's like the fight or flight in you, right? Fight or flight. And my latent talent, fight or flight, is super speed. I'm already fast, but then you put the life on danger, and then it becomes super speed because my body remembers everything I need to do to run at maximum speed. Like, I'm not a good form runner. Even though I did track and all that, people used to make fun of me because I'm bow-legged a little bit, and my knees would kind of, or my legs would kind of twirl out a little bit when I ran. But I ran with authority, but I'd always have to try to, you know, when I'm running track, I'd always have to think like, okay, here's my form. I have to think about it. I'm not a natural speed runner. But when I'm in danger, all of a sudden, my body remembers everything. I remember my form. I remember my technique. I remember everything. All the people that I watched growing up, like Michael Johnson, and like I watched in terms of like speed. My brother, we used to watch track and field all the time. Like me, my brother and I, we used to watch track and field. And I would watch all the form and all that, but I would just never incorporate it because I'm like, whatever, I'm a football player, right? But when I'm in trouble, all of a sudden, I remember. It's like a natural thing. It just happens. I remember all my form, I remember everything, and I run perfect. And I think that's the reason why I run way faster. Is for some reason my body goes into fight or flight, and my body and my mind just says, this is how you're supposed to run. And boom, like I said, perfect 45s, perfect 45 to 90s, perfect knees coming up on the toes, everything's good. Nice steps, stride kind of long, not the longest, but a good stride for my leg length. Everything just works perfect. I don't run like that when I played football. I don't run like that even when I was doing track. I tried, but it looked a little bit goofy. But when I'm in trouble, I'm telling you, man, I run perfect. And my friends always say, yo, you run crazy when you're in trouble. You know, I'm like, bro, it's just something that just happens. Yeah, we know that Fire Emblem Path of Radiance dropped on NSO. We talked about it already like an hour plus ago. So yeah, we're aware of it. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, I did 100 and 200 meter hurdles track in high school. I hope those skills come back if I need them. Probably not. I'm too old. Yeah, not now. You probably won't need them now, but you never know, man. I always say this, Cyber Taurus. You know, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. You know, like whenever I'm going somewhere where I might be there for a while, I don't wear shoes where I can't run. I don't wear stuff I'm gonna trip over. I don't wear things. That's why my wife always asks me, why do you always just wear, you know, your sweatpants, or you wear this, or you wear your Nikes? And I'm like, because just in case I need to grab you, if I need to pick up my boy and run, you never know who's going to be a schizo today, who's going to be the psycho. So you need to prepare yourself at any time to be able to move with authority and move with confidence. If you're not, then you're going to get yourself in trouble at times. So yeah, that's what I always do. I always think about it that way. You never know. All you can do is control your life, right? You can't control somebody else. And I think the problem is that I watch too much YouTube, you know, forensic files and stuff, and I just see people doing too many crazy things. So I think, well, you know, that could happen to me if I'm not careful. I got to prepare for it. So I'm always looking at entrances and looking out. I'm like I said, I got running back eyes, because running backs, we always look around because always have people coming to hit us, right? So always looking for different gaps to run in. So it's like a natural thing for me. I've always been that way. I'm always looking at people and looking at what they're doing and seeing if they're reaching towards their waist. And I'm always just looking. If I see something and it looks off, I move away from it. I don't know. It's always just something. And that awareness has helped me out. When I was in Fresno shooting, I was at a place shooting. I'm looking, I see some dude kind of at the corner of my eye. It looks like he's looking like he wants to get somebody in the club. And I'm like, uh-oh. And nobody else noticed it. And I'm like, I'm leaving. And everyone's like, why are you leaving? I'm like, I'm leaving, guys. I think there's somebody there. Because like I said, He took his hand, and I can see it as soon as he walked in. Dude looked like he had no good, like nobody was paying attention. And he puts his hand around like this, like around, and I'm like, uh-oh. And I'm like, I'm out, guys. And then the next thing you know it, and I'm like, I knew it. I'm out. And I swear I'm out. And I don't know where he was shooting. And I know people were running. And I got to my car quick, and everybody came through. And I'm like, let's go. Boom, I drive out of there. And I'm like, see? I knew it. Like, I knew it. Now, listen. That's happened like one time out of like 500 million times that I've went out, right? But all it takes is one time. That's all it takes is one time. It just takes one time, right? Obviously, it's probably not going to happen to you. But man, I will hang. See, that one time 20 years ago, you got to be ready, you know? You got to be ready. So yeah, man. But yeah, you never know when you're gonna have to jump over something too. Spidey sense, it's not even more like, it's more of like a paranoid sense, to be honest. I don't have any Spidey sense like, oh man, this person's gonna do something. I don't have anything like that. What I do is I just look and I just suspect everyone. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I just suspect everyone till I know that I'm safe. Like if I go somewhere public and I know I'm gonna be somewhere public, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what schizo is gonna walk through the door, right? So I assume anything can go wrong anytime that I go. So yeah, that's kind of, and that's why I try to get in and out as fast as possible. The quicker you are getting in and out of somewhere public, where there's public access, where once again, open carry everywhere here, right? Everybody can have one. The faster you get in and out of a public space, the safer you are. You do not want to be in public spaces for any longer than you need to be. If you're going to the grocery store, if you don't need to take your family, don't take your family. If you need to get in, get out, get what you need. Don't loiter, don't linger around, don't be looking at things, don't be not paying attention. Pay attention to everything. I don't want to teach you guys to be paranoid, but I'm just trying to teach you guys that you got to be careful. Once again, you got to be careful. You don't know who has a manifesto ready to go, right? There's been too many times that's happened. So my advice is to get in and out as fast as possible, because the longer or the shorter time that you limit yourself in the public eye, the safer you're going to be at home with your locked doors, with your security system, with whatever protection you have as well, you know? So yeah. Oh, I'm like Grandpa Simpson. I walk in, then I walk right. That meme where he walks in, then he walks right out. Yeah, that's like me. That's like me, man. So that's definitely like me. Man, it sounds like a character in a Suspect game that suspects everyone. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just it's just a natural thing, man. It's just, I know it's a hard way to live. That's not the best way to live, but you know, it is what it is. It's not like I'm outside all the time, you know, whatever, right? Like it's just something that happens. Most jobs train you on things like that, especially customer service. I think maybe GamerGoon, why I have that, because I do have training in like working night shifts and stuff like that. So I think that's also maybe why I have that attitude, or I have that, you know, when it comes to that. So yeah, maybe that's a reason too. Shout outs to Cyber Taurus, man. Thank you for another dono. Combo breaks. Anybody does 40 more, you put my man Cyber Taurus on the board. 10 or more, time up or beat him out on the ninja board. Thank you guys so much, man. Appreciate that. Also, shout outs to the Elite Ninjas. If you want to become an elite, got to show real quick. If you want to become an elite, you can. ! member. It's only $1. If you enjoy my live streams or my rambling of various different things, become an Elite Ninja. Get your emotes, get your badges, all that good stuff in our private Discord. So thank you guys so much for the Elite Ninjas. That's my show. Appreciate you guys coming out to the stream. And look at the cool badges. We got a lot of cool badges in the chat. So shout outs to everybody. Thank you for your support. All right, so let's get into some Q&A. So if you have questions, I've got answers. You can ask me, PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence, at PlayerEssence. So yeah, if you want to do all that, you can. So I appreciate everybody that came out to the stream today. Seriously, you guys are awesome. And yeah, ask those questions. Ask away. So yeah. I'm always scoping exits whenever I go somewhere. Yup. I worked night shifts too and had some slight run-ins. Cokeheads asking for money mostly. On drugs they were on one hell of a time being aggressive. Almost had ready to pop. Yeah, man. Shh. Telling you gotta be ready, bro. You gotta be ready. I had one thing too when I was working at a grocery store. One dude was like following a chick around that had like some see-through pants on. So like she was like getting kind of worried. So she kind of like came around, was like, this guy's following me. And I was like, all right, hold up, let me see. So I started following him. You know, and yeah. I'm sorry, guys. It's just I just remember something that happened because it's when I was young, man. Those anyway, he was following around the girl with the see-through pants on, all right? So then at one point, the girl leaves the store. So then I go over to him, and I'm like, hey, man, you need to stop following her. And, like, it looks like he's trying to reach around his waistband. And that's when I go running and go tell my manager. Then my manager goes out there to try to say, hey, man, what are you doing? You know? And he didn't have anything, but, man, it was close, bro. I thought about it. Shout outs to Psycho Pie with the Ninja Peach.
That makes sense. In today's day, with everything going on, it's good to be a little more vigilant.
Yeah.
But not super paranoid to the point where you can't enjoy things.
I agree. I agree. You don't want to be paranoid to the point to, and that's not how I am, because I've already accepted how I go about things, you know? So I'm never paranoid to the point to where I can't enjoy stuff. It's just like, hey, you know, you just got to be careful, you know? You just got to be careful. So yeah. Just tied my shoes and he didn't respond when he kept pressing like right on top of the bus station. It's like showing them not afraid. Yeah, exactly. You got to do that, man. Yeah, you got to do that. I mean, they weren't like super see-through, but they were see-through enough. Like, you know. But anyway, this guy was like, he was like, oh yeah, oh. He's like walking behind her. This old dude, old dude with some shaggy hair, kind of like a short dude, little tubby, you know, looking like Dragon Quest dudes. You know, you see the dudes in Dragon Quest, the short, stubby, tubby dudes in Dragon Quest, looking like those dudes. So yeah. Not saying that's who you are, by the way. Oh yeah, it's all good. No, I feel you on that, Psycho Pie. Thank you for the $5 dono, man. I appreciate that. Oh, combo bricks. Oh, combo bricks. Now, so 122 on the combo board. We are actually, I don't know if we're gonna hit a platinum and a half today, but it's that's awesome. We're getting close. I appreciate that, guys. Let's go. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for that support, guys. I appreciate it. All these partaking in Gooner. Yeah, this was Gooner before Gooner was like a thing. This is like Gooner before Gooner was a thing. They called it something else back in the day, but I will not say it. Says short, stubby, tubby dudes. I'm still yeah. He was like he looked like an old Val Venus, but like short. Val Venus is tall, but y'all remember Val Venus, the wrestler? He looked like Val Venus with like the long hair, but like old gray hair. And like definitely like Val Venus's like shunned younger brother, or Val Venus's shunned older brother that didn't get all the attention. But yeah, he looked like Val Venus, like a fat, stubby, tubby Val Venus. Like hello, ladies, grocery stores. Oh man. Some guy at the light rail was asking to look at my knife, wanted me to hand it to him with a smile on my face. I was like, no, bro, that just seems crazy. I would never hand somebody you don't know your knife. Yeah, right. Like, pa! That's like straight up just, you already know what he's going to do, man. Played some Aces for old time's sake. It's fun, still a fun game. Yeah, Party Man out here with 10,000 hours in Aces. Hello, Gooners. This man was doing the Val Venus in the middle of like the bread and the eggs. It was like This man was doing the Val Venus. Bro, Val Venus used to be a... We used to make fun of Val Venus. Like, Val Venus would... If you say anybody is Val Venus, that would just get your homies laughing. Y'all notice that with Val Venus, if you grew up back then? Any dude, any white dude with kind of long hair with a goatee, Val Venus. Yo, man, you looking like Val Venus. Anybody goatee, long hair, kind of tall, Val Venus. And it would always get them. I swear, it was 100% guaranteed to make them laugh in like the late 90s, early 2000s. It was 100% guaranteed because Val Venus was such a funny character. Such a funny character. Like, oh, hello, lady, come doing the dance. Just a hilarious character. My friends call me Guna. I don't know why. Psycho Pie, I know why. I know why they call you that. I know why they call you that, bro. You don't got a front. You don't got a trip, bro. Use Val Venus to de-escalate. Like, calm down, Val Venus. Calm down, bro. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you gotta use to de-escalate the situation. You gotta use to de-escalate. The funniest part was like the V on his Duntadas. That was like the funniest. It's like somebody actually made those and handed it to him like, hey, here you go. It's like, yeah. Like, that couldn't be me, bro. If somebody said, yo, man, you got to go out there with a V on the front and the back, and you got to... I mean, I know he was well paid, though. I mean, yeah, you got to do it. The money's there. It's like the character you want to get over and all that. But it's just... it just sounds like... It's just something that I couldn't... I mean, they'd have to make it at least like trunks, like the boxer shorts. It couldn't be Duntaduns for me. I couldn't do it. That's like going a step too far. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd have to be at least like some trunks, like a little bit longer, you know? It couldn't be the whole, just a Duntadun out there doing that. No, man. It just couldn't be, man. Just couldn't be me. But I mean, no, it was funny though. It was funny back in the day. It was funny. Yeah, money. Oh man. So yeah, it's all good though. Shout out to Cybertwist with the 5 says, wait, does that make him Psycho Gooner? Yeah, that does make him Psycho Gooner. He's got a new name, Psycho Gooner. Cause you know Psycho Pie, he probably where he got the gooning stuff from is like when he starts dressing up as Princess Daisy. You already knew there was some problems right there, bruh. His mom was already shaking his head like, what's going on with my boy? He's out here dressing up like Princess Daisy, you know. So that was the first step to the goon, you know. Everything else is it just falls in line, you know. It just falls in line. So yeah. Shout out to the Psycho Gooder. Shout out to Cyber Taurus. Yo, we combo breaking out here, and we're going 129 on the board. Yo, for real though, what was that? 24? No, not 24. I can't count. 21 combos away from platinum and a half. Thank you guys so much for your support tonight, man. I appreciate it. Let's go. I'm probably going to stream earlier tomorrow morning. We'll see, though. I got some stuff that I got to do. So we'll probably stream early tomorrow morning as well. Yeah, like I said, yeah, we'll see about it. We will see. Gamer Goon. Gamer Gooning out here. He out here gamer gooning. I still remember we reacted to the day. Yeah, we had to react to the Daisy cosplay. We had to react to that. I was disappointed, but also laughing at the same time. I was very disappointed in my brethren, but you know, it is what it is. OJ on the ball. Never seen my mom so uncomfortable that day. I know how Nigerian moms are too, man. She almost shipped you back to Nigeria to stay with like a uncle or an auntie, right? You were one wrong move away from an economy ticket straight to Africa. You were one wrong move away from an economy ticket from Canada to Africa. Straight direct flight. Economy. Direct flight. One wrong move away. They would have scared it out of you over there. One wrong move away from spending the next 2 to 3 years in Africa, in Nigeria, bro. You say one wrong thing. Oh my gosh. OJ, I thought OJ was joking. Yeah, no, Psycho Pie definitely cosplayed as Princess Daisy. And he let me see it for some reason. Maybe I still have it. I might actually still have it. I can show you guys. Maybe let me take a look. I think he sent it to me via DM. I think I have it, but it's gonna be far back. I think I have it. No, I don't have it. Never mind. I thought I had it, but I actually don't have it. Unfortunately. Shout out to Psycho Pie, though. You don't have to send it to me either if you don't want to. So yeah. Good luck finding it. You'll never find it. No, I don't know where it's at, dude. I thought it was in my DMs on Twitter, but it's not. I have the other picture, like the cool picture you sent me that was funny. But I don't have the, I have the other pic, like the normal picture of you that you sent a long time ago. But I don't have the Daisy picture. I thought I had it, but I don't have it. Let's see here. If the mutters were Daisy, it's over. Yeah, you know what? Let me see if... I don't think that's even gonna work as well. So, yeah, I don't... Yeah, nothing pops up when I type in Daisy. Yeah, nothing pops up. So, yeah, Psychopath, you got out of this one, buddy. You got out of this one. You got out of... You weasel your way out of this one. So, yeah. Discord DM? No, it wasn't a was it? Ooh. Was it a Discord DM? Oh yeah, that's Sailor Moon. Oh my god. Yeah, don't remind me of that one. That one was definitely I saw that picture when the whole pro Jared wife open relationship or whatever thing was going down. Yeah, that's definitely something that I don't want to see again. But I did see that. But no, I don't think I have it in Discord DM either. I don't think it's there. I don't think it's in that one. So yeah. To be honest, I don't even know how to use Discord that well. So yeah. Either way, yeah, I can't find it. So yeah. It was a Twitter DM. I don't know why it's not there. It's gone because I just checked my Twitter DM, and it's totally gone. So So yeah. Totally gone. Psychopath pulled a Mission Impossible, hacked your account, and deleted it. Well, I mean, my account did kind of get taken over for like a day before I got it back, but I don't think it was Psychopath. It was somebody in China. So, unless they're using a what's it called? Using a VPN. But yeah. All right, let's see here. Give me a second. That's crazy. I don't think I have my what's it called? Give me 1 second here, guys. My wife is calling. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that, guys. I don't know where my what's it called? Okay, no, I found it. So yeah, okay, yeah, we're good. Actually, we are like super over on time. I didn't even notice. That's how sometimes I don't even pay attention. We're like at 3:30. We're supposed to be done by 3. We're at 3:30. So that my wife was asking me, why aren't you done yet? She thought I was done. I was not done. All right, so we got to wrap it up here. I got to help her with a few different things. She got some groceries and some other stuff. She needs a little bit of help with the boy. So check out my most recent video if you haven't seen it. Check out my video. I talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 and the game that it needs. The Switch 2 game Nintendo needs. And I think it's funny. I think it's fun. It's a fun video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I think it's great. I definitely got to get back to making sure those videos are in the morning, because I think a lot of people don't watch them if I don't have them out in the morning for the view counts and all that. So guys, go watch my most recent video. Or my last two videos are pretty good in my opinion. Go watch my most recent video. I think it's fun. And yeah, I think it's a great vid. Shout outs to Cybertor, shout outs to Justin, shout outs to everybody that dropped donos, Party Man, Psycho Pie, all the homies that have been here for so long. Thank you guys so much. Justin, Dane, thank you so much. V for Valvinus. Shinru, what's up, Shinru? Welcome. What's up, Psycho Pie? What's up, Jakey? What's up, guys? Big love. Deported, what is good? J Will presents, what's good? Thank you guys so much for your support, like always. Gaming Mariner, big love. Wound Up Penguin, thank you so much for everything, guys. I appreciate that. And yeah, like I said, we're giving away Nintendo Switch 2 at 150k subscribers. So we're almost at 130. So I think we should be able to get it this year. I think we should be able to get that, at least if I work hard. I'll try to figure out ways. We're giving away a $50 eShop card as well. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, obviously subscribe. Comment on the videos. The best way to win is obviously just comment on the videos and show up, and you will have a better chance at winning. The more you comment on the videos, the more you show up. I mean, don't spam comments, but like new videos, comment or two, you know, that's great. Share the videos, all that good stuff. So yeah, Switch 2 give it away at 150k, and also Switch $50 eShop card giveaway at the end of this month. So yeah, good stuff there. Good stuff there. So all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for coming out for the stream. And we'll see you tomorrow, JoJo Friday. I think I'm going to be streaming early, so it might be a work stream for a lot of you guys. So probably going to be streaming a little bit early in the day. So that'll be fun. And yeah, we'll see you guys for the next one, all right? Love you all so much. Thanks for watching. You guys are goated. And we'll see you guys later. All right. Peace out, homies.